be a Steelers, consider others before you consider yourself. To protect your brother, even from himself. To give support at your own expense. And when wearing the black and gold suit of armor, make sure nobody desecrates it, disrespects it. Most importantly, we ourselves don't dishonor it. From previous legends who have donned the black and gold. These virtues I learned while playing for the Steelers are what make the legacy of the black and gold timeless. They are passed down in the locker room from the steel curtain to anyone who valiantly wears the black and gold. Creating a brotherhood that is deeper than money, business, and winning. To be a Steelers, consider others before you consider yourself. This is our culture, Steeler culture.
Now, here are your hosts, Rob and Dan, the Steel Twins.
Steelers Nation, how are we doing on this fine Thursday night? Thank you guys so very much for tuning in for yet another edition of the Steeler Culture Podcast, where we break down Pittsburgh Steelers football. And we are here to discuss the Week 15 Monday Night Football matchup between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Miami Dolphins. But we are also here to talk about the news that broke earlier this afternoon about TJ Watt.
Yeah, who the hell hurt TJ Watt?
He got hurt during treatment, guys.
Yeah, not during practice. I mean, he suffered discomfort during Wednesday's practice, which got him into the trainer's room or wherever for some sort of conditioning or whatever in regards to his discomfort that he suffered that wasn't lung-related, that later turned into something lung-related. TJ Watt is hospitalized, folks, which was very scary to see that post, that statement by the Steelers this morning.
Yeah, it was initially released by Bert Lawton, and when I first seen it, I was just like, oh crap, this ain't good. Like, this is completely out of the blue.
Yeah, we're thinking, well, first of all, I don't even know what to think. It's just at that point we're all like, what, dude? Like, whatever is happening, health comes first.
I mean, prayers up
no matter the situation.
Prayers up to TJ Watt and the people, surrounding him, his family,
everybody. I mean, this is health before anything. It's physical, mental, everything.
But I seen, TJ Watt has been taken to a local hospital for further medical evaluation of his lung. And I'm like, yeah, this is not good. Yeah, something happened.
This is the actual statement from Bert, the Steelers spokesman. TJ Watt is currently in a local hospital for further medical evaluation of his lung after experiencing discomfort at the practice facility on Wednesday. He will not be at practice on Thursday today. And his status from Monday night's game versus Miami is in question. Coach Tomlin will provide more updates at the appropriate time. Now, what they didn't mention that Adam Schefter later posted is that, according to Adam Schefter's sources, he posted this on X. TJ Watt's lung injury occurred during treatment at the team facility Wednesday. Watt has been hospitalized since then. It happened during treatment.
During treatment.
Now, if this sounds familiar to you guys, It's because this happened however many years ago to the Chargers before Justin Herbert was actually their starter, which I guess literally jump-started his career out of left field, out of nowhere. Tyrod Taylor suffered a similar issue years ago, and he was getting like a pregame, pain relief shot or something along those lines.
Yeah, this was back in 2020. Tyrod Taylor, he had his lung punctured when a member of the Chargers medical staff injected his midsection with a pain-reducing injection. And he was actually hospitalized because of it. And he actually had to miss the next 4 weeks of football. He had to miss a full month because of the treatment that he got.
Now, we don't know the detail. There's not any further details that are out yet. This is literally all speculation, but based off of what we've heard from Schefter and what he's posted, this is kind of looking like Tyrod Taylor 2.0. How does this happen? How does this happen?
No idea.
First of all, nobody should be experiencing this. You are a team doctor. Whoever it is, this shouldn't happen. This should not happen. Like if what happened is what we think if what we think happened is exactly what happened, then someone needs fired. Okay? And then for it to be TJ Watt, anybody for that matter, but TJ Watt, he's hospitalized with a lung injury as of yesterday. And if that's the case, like, let's say, his lung did get punctured while getting some sort of treatment shot. He's out probably for the rest of the season.
Yes. It seems like we might see the last of TJ Watt for the regular season.
Now, Mike Tomlin did have a statement to put out there. I don't know if it's much of an update. It's just more of his side of things. On Thursday, the Steelers released a statement regarding linebacker TJ Watt, who was hospitalized on Wednesday, and that was the statement that we just read. Coach Tomlin spoke after practice on Thursday addressing Watt's health. He says, and I quote, "I'm a little bit cautious about what I say because I'm not a medical expert," said Tomlin. But to make a long story short, he was experiencing some discomfort when he was at the facility yesterday, meaning Wednesday. So we took him to the docs, and they're going through some procedures. He stayed overnight in the hospital. So he's been in the hospital since yesterday.
Yeah, so keep in mind, he experienced discomfort yesterday, which was Wednesday. The Steelers did not practice Wednesday. They had a day off because they played Monday night.
That's right. You're right.
So
yes.
today was the first day of practice. So Watt didn't practice at all. He got the treatment on Wednesday, an off day. And I guess shortly afterward, that's when he started to experience discomfort, and they took him quickly to a local hospital.
Yeah, he continues on. He has a lung situation that's being addressed. I think he has some testing and so forth ahead of him this afternoon, and that's all I know at this juncture. He and I communicated last night. He was comfortable, and that's all I have really at this point. His status from Monday night is really up in the air. I think what transpires this afternoon is going to provide more information for us. I just don't have a lot as I stand here today. Tomlin said he didn't know what promoted the discomfort or exactly where it occurred. He says, "I don't know specifically when it occurred. I know he was in the cafeteria at one point, and that's kind of when I got wind of it." Tomlin was asked if Watt was dealing with anything that would have had him on the injury report at any point. He says, "Not to my knowledge at all, particularly in-game or after the game, nothing," said Tomlin. So we don't know what the discomfort was that Watt suffered that led him into what is now a very bad situation. No matter how you look at it, no matter how it transpired, it's a bad situation. Watt is hospitalized. And again, this is all speculation. We don't know the facts yet, but it sure looks like that he suffered the lung injury during treatment, which almost comes off as a Tyrod Taylor 2.0 situation. It might not be that, but all signs point to that being the case, which that's just awful. That's just awful. Regardless, no matter what happened or how it transpired, Watt is in the hospital. I highly doubt he's going to play Monday night, which means the Steelers are going to be without TJ Watt. And lung injuries, no matter how it happens, punctured lung or whatever, they're not something to mess with. The health in general is not anything to mess with, especially lung injuries.
No.
So I would have to say Watt is probably going to be out for an extended period of time, probably the rest of the season. I hope not. I'm hoping that what we're speculating isn't the case, but it doesn't look good.
It does come off that way, unfortunately. And I mean, and most importantly, health comes before anything. It does. It comes before the game. And Watt needs to He's getting treatment like he should, and hopefully prayers to TJ Watt that, he overcomes this and quickly at that. But again, health comes over the sport of the game. This is still a crazy situation considering where the Steelers are at right now. They're 7-6, first place in the AFC North, and they got 4 games remaining. And we all know the record when TJ Watt does not play.
Yeah, they are 1-11 when TJ Watt doesn't play or when he doesn't finish the game. They are 1-11 in games without TJ Watt.
Yes.
1-11, bro.
Mm-hmm. The losing record, bro.
Run the ball!
Well, we're going to have to keep the defense healthy, to keep the defense fresh, especially since they're allowing 200-something plus yards rushing the last 2 games and 100 or more yards the last 5 games. So, yeah, we do have to run the ball. We do. There's a poll in the chat, by the way. Are the Steelers screwed without TJ Watt? Yes or no? 56% say yes. So there you have that there. Billy Mahar with a 499. TJ, take as much time as you hopefully. It is not serious. Tyrod was medically cleared after 2 weeks. The Chargers chose to stick with rookie Herbert, well, as they should. Yeah, again, this is all speculation. This is just kind of what's going on around social media. This is all what's going on in a lot of people's minds right now. We don't know the full details. We don't know what the extent of the injury is or what fully went down. No one knows anything at this point. All we know is that it doesn't look good, no matter how you look at it, and Watt needs to focus on his health first because football can wait. His health cannot. So take as much time as you need, Watt, whatever the case may be. Is just focus on that. That's where his main focus should be right now, is focusing on him and his health and getting back to 100%.
Yeah.
That's what he needs to focus on.
No doubt about it.
Because obviously outside of football, that's a father, that's a husband, that's obviously a brother, that's a son. Health before anything else.
Mm-hmm.
So TJ Watt, he's not going to play Monday. Doesn't seem like he's going to play Monday.
No. And after this, I mean, like, I don't see how and we all know TJ Watt, like, he's come off injuries at high speeds and fast rates. Like, he's not from this world is what we always talked about with TJ Watt. But this is a completely different situation. This is far from just like a twisted ankle or a busted arm or whatnot. No, this is internal. This is internal injury right here.
This isn't like Aaron Rodgers' fucking fractured wrist. No. This is some serious stuff.
Or Justin Herbert with a broken hand when he just had a procedure. Like, no, this is an internal injury right here. These are completely different. These are more serious circumstances right here.
Yeah, but what we do know is he's still in the hospital. He is hospitalized, and the injury was he suffered it during treatment. That's all we know, which doesn't look good no matter how you look at it. And whoever the hell was doing treatment, I bet is sweating bullets right now. Is probably thinking to himself, fuck, I just lost my job. Swear jar.
Yeah, I most likely. I mean, like, I don't know how you are a team doctor and you let this happen, accident or not. I don't know how you have this happen. You're the team doctor. You're the guy that's taking care of these players, that gives them their treatment, that gives them what they need so that their bodies can be able to withstand the sport of the game right here. You got to condition these players properly so that they're prepped and prepared and ready. And then this happens, especially to a guy like TJ Watt.
Yeah, again, we don't know what the discomfort was, but I mean, if he was suffering discomfort, it's very possible that whoever was treating him was giving him some sort of pain-reducing shot, and something went really south. Something went really bad. Not fact. We don't know that for sure, but that's just the ongoing speculation right now. It's happened before. We've seen it with Tyrod Taylor. And I'm thinking to myself, did someone just Tyrod Taylor TJ Watt?
Yeah, I mean, like, that's in the rib area. Like, considering that Watt, it sounds like he was getting a pain-reduced injection right here along the rib area. So maybe it was like something minor in his ribs and whatnot.
Yeah.
And this is just based off speculation, but considering that it's a lung issue, I mean, the ribs are literally right alongside the lung. And there's not much skin. There's not much skin between with the rib and the lung. I mean, I'm not a doctor. I'm probably the worst person. I'm probably the worst guy to explain this, but there's not much there. You know what I'm saying?
There's little margin for.
So it's like when the doctor is putting the needle in, I don't imagine that there's a lot of space there. If you know.
Obviously
what I mean.
not. No.
Again, I'm not a doctor. I'm probably the worst person to explain this, but nonetheless.
Scary situation no matter how you look at it. By the way, we got someone in the chat saying that TJ Watt's a dirty player. How? How is TJ Watt a dirty player? How?
Far from it.
How is... In what way is he a dirty player?
And honestly, like, is this really the best time to put it out there?
No.
One, he's not a dirty player, but two, this is the time to put it out there?
No. And here's the thing as well, man, because obviously because of this, he's going to be absent versus the Dolphins on Monday. He probably ain't going to be back for the Lions game. Best case, he's out 2 weeks. Best case. Based off of what Billy Maher said in his super chat that Tyrod was out 2 weeks. If it's a similar situation. Best case, that might be the case. But no matter how you look at it, TJ Watt, he's going to be absent. View TJ Watt how you want. He just turned 31 a couple months ago. He may not have the greatest numbers. He may not have TJ Watt numbers. He may not have made a lot of TJ Watt plays this year. But look at it from this way, bro. TJ Watt is someone that when he's on the field, he brings a ton of attention. He garners a lot of attention from everybody on the football field. That's why he's gotten chipped 40, 50 more times than the next closest guy.
Yes, he is, no doubt about it. I mean, the highlight on Sunday Night Football, what was it, the Chargers game that they showcased?
Yeah.
Like you said, it was 40 some odd more times. And I guarantee you that number has only increased.
And listen, Watt isn't as good as he once was. He's not the same player. And he's only going to go on a downward trend because he's older now.
Yeah, is he the splashy TJ Watt that gets crazy sacks here and there or gets consistent sacks every week? No.
What is he worth that new contract?
I wouldn't say so.
But
I will say this: he still has that level of impact.
Yeah, he garners so much attention from everybody.
He has that level of impact where offenses are going to be like, okay, where the ball is, we're going to make sure that the ball does not go here, or we're going to make sure that the quarterback does not get hit by this individual. So we're going to do this and that. Watt still brings a high level of impact to the game, to the defense right there. And missing that is definitely going to be crucial.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, Nick Herbig, he's in line to start opposite Alex Highsmith. We all trust Nick Herbig, but they don't bring the level of attention that a TJ Watt does, which honestly, it might open things up, but it might not at the same time. It might lead to more opportunities for the pass rush to win, as there won't be that guy getting chipped every single down, which is what Watt has been suffering all year. He's been getting chipped every single down, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
And when he's not, he's making plays. When he's on one-on-one matchups, typically he's making plays.
Yeah.
So the fact that he's not going to be playing, it sucks. And our record without him speaks for itself.
But I will say this. You've seen the level of play that Highsmith has brought to the table since coming back from his injury after the bye.
Yeah, 5 sacks in 4 games?
He has been on a train wreck. Like, the man is just playing out of his mind. He had that game-clinching sack just last week versus the Ravens. So I have that faith in Highsmith just based off the level of play he's been bringing. And Nick Herbig, I have more than enough confidence in what he can bring.
Yeah.
I mean, this is another huge opportunity for Herbig to showcase to his teammates and the coaches as well. Like, I deserve more playing snaps. I deserve to arguably be a starter for this team, and he should be, because Herbig makes plays anywhere on the field with any snaps he's given.
Well,
Herbig is a dog.
Nick Herbig got mid-20 number of snaps last week.
Yeah, he didn't play as often as he probably should have.
Why is TJ Watt seeing so many snaps when you got a guy like Nick Herbig that can refresh him? Like the snap count or the snap share definitely needs to be.
It's not fairly balanced.
No, it's not.
It's not. There's no balance in that.
Cody Silva with a 2 says Brian is a dirty Sanchez and Mike T for life goat. I'll agree. Brian in the chat. Yeah, I mean, I get he said prayer up, but I don't see how he's a dirty player. I don't.
No,
I don't. You might say prayer up, but bro, when you add that, like, that's not necessary. It's not. I'm sorry, Brian. It's not. And Tortla Jackson with a 2 says, that's a good point, Cody, referring to what Cody Silver just said. Play Sawyer the rest of the year, please. Well, he's gonna have to see a ton more snaps now as he's the primary edge piece.
He will now be the rotational third guy, and that's another opportunity for him.
And frankly, he needs to open up a lot. Like, a lot of his pass rush arsenal, a lot of his what he adds under his belt in terms of what he can bring to the pass rush game. He's solid as a run defender. He's big. He's a hunky guy. He can get down in the gaps. But as a pass rusher, he needs to open things up. He needs to add more moves. He needs to get a little more creative in terms of trying to get some pass rush win rate and maybe garnering some pressure, as he's going to have to be in a much more important role now, and that's why they drafted him in the 4th round.
Yeah.
That's exactly why they drafted him in the 4th round.
But this is the opportunity, despite the unfortunate circumstance that it is, this is the opportunity for Sawyer to get the more significant playing time, to get the reps, for him to increase his pass rush arsenal and whatnot, for him to showcase, like, I deserve more playing time as well. You drafted me for a reason. You highly look at the edge group. There's a reason why you took me here. So it's like, give me the chance, and this is the chance.
Yeah, absolutely.
We'll see what he can bring to the table, because even in limited snaps, Sawyer's look pretty solid, pretty decent.
Bruce, what's going on, dude? He's in the chat. Just hope he's well. He'll be back for the Steelers playoff run, Ravenator. Will we even make the playoffs? That's still a massive question mark. Still a massive question mark. Because, Frank, we can't stop the run.
No.
And that's exactly everything the Dolphins are going to do in this game.
Yes.
They're going to try to stop the run.
Yes.
Run the ball!
They're going to stop the run, our run game, and then they're going to run the ball. Now, I'll also mention Derek Harmon could be back, and we need him because Derek Harmon has been a hell of a draft pick so far. He may not be putting up crazy numbers. He may not be making crazy plays. He may not be on the highlight reel, but his impact is definitely there. When Derek Harmon is playing compared to when he's not playing, the Steelers' defense are allowing almost, I think, over 100 yards more per game than they would with Derek Harmon in.
Yeah, that's just the impact that Derek Harmon brings to the run defense. Hence one of the reasons why they drafted him in the 1st round.
Yes.
Harmon is a very good rookie. He's had, I feel like, a very solid rookie year. His pass rush arsenal, like, that's definitely for him to grow on and increase. I mean, he's, only 21 years old. He's got a lifetime left in the NFL, a full career to go to work on that.
Derek Harmon's impact is definitely felt. And you notice that, like, once he first played in week 3 versus the Patriots, his impact isn't talked about enough.
No.
Now, his injuries are going to be a concern, and he's
already missed 4 games.
Yeah, in his rookie season.
2 back-to-back.
And that's something that might follow him throughout the rest of his career. I hope not, but, it's something you got to bring up. But when he's there, when Derek Harmon is playing, his impact is definitely felt, and a lot of it is because he's just a big dude. He's a brawler at the line of scrimmage. He is fast at the snap. He wins a lot of his battles. He's not an easy guy to move, which is the biggest thing that we need at the defensive line position. Is we need people that aren't going to be easy to move. It's going to give the offensive lineman an easy advantage to get to the second level or to get that extra push and open the lanes. Harmon doesn't allow that. Harmon doesn't allow that on a normal basis. So having him back is going to be big, and I believe he did practice today.
He did not.
He did not.
He did not with a knee injury, but that doesn't mean he won't play. Maybe it's just one of those days where they're going to take it easy on him, and then maybe tomorrow hopefully is at least a limited, and maybe that's a bit of a thumbs up, a bit of a green light for Harmon to be available for Monday night, because we're going to need him for sure.
Yeah, I mean, Keanu Benton with an ankle and Y.A. Black with a shoulder were both full participants today, which is good because we need them. However, they played on the defensive line last week and the week before that, and they allowed, along with Hayward and Queen and Holcomb and Harrison and everybody else, Peyton Wilson too, they allowed over 200 rushing yards in back-to-back games to the Bills, 249 versus the Bills, and 217 versus the Ravens last week. As a matter of fact, the last time the Steelers defense didn't give up or surrender 100 yards or more in the ground was versus the Colts, where they allowed 55, only 55. But ever since then, 5 straight games, this Steelers rushing defense has given up 100 or more rushing yards.
That's awful.
That is awful.
That is terrible.
Like, people can say, well, the passing defense is doing good, and they're making interceptions. They're not allowing a lot of yards to the quarterbacks, despite people getting open around the middle of the field, and there's miscommunication, especially at the safety position. But they don't have to throw the ball when the run game is so successful. And that's exactly what the Dolphins are going to do. In fact, that is what the Dolphins have been doing on this 4-game win streak. All 4 straight victories they have had a 100-yard rusher. 3 of them being Achin, and last week being Jalen Wright with his best game ever.
Yeah, Achin could have had 4 straight had he not gotten injured with a rib injury if he wasn't taken out. But yeah, Wright stepped in. He had a very good game. His first 100-yard game, I believe, in his career, because I think he's been in the NFL for 2 years. But nonetheless, stepped in, did well, and don't want to underestimate him if he has to fill in for Achin. But I do believe that.
Don't forget Ollie Gordon too, out of Oklahoma State.
Yeah, they've used him pretty frequently. And what was he, a 6th-round pick?
Yeah, and
he's been involved pretty nicely for the rushing offense.
Didn't all 3 of their running backs score touchdowns last week?
Maybe they did.
I think it was Achin, Wright, and Gordon that all scored touchdowns. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe, it was versus the Jets. I know, but I mean,
the Jets.
That's still, the Jets.
Yeah, Brady Cook. Because Tyrod Taylor got hurt.
Funny how it works. Yes. It was Wright, Achin, and Gordon that all scored touchdowns last week.
Well, look at that. It goes to show they frequently use their running backs.
That has been the backbone of their success the last 4 games, 4 straight victories.
But
and Tua hasn't thrown for more than 173 yards in the last 4 games. He doesn't have to throw the ball. And we all know what Tua's like in the cold, and we'll get to that shortly. Billy Mahar with a $4.99 says, I know TJ's not going to play, but it's going to be 20 degrees in Pittsburgh on Monday. No excuses. You got to beat the team that comes from Miami when it's that cool. It's cold, dude.
It's going to be cold.
The AccuWeather forecast is a high of 20 with a real feel of 8 and 18-mile-an-hour wind gusts. Tua Tagovailoa.
Now keep in mind, that's just the normal weather feel. Keep in mind, the Heinz Field is near the Allegheny River. And that river
right outside of it.
It's going to make it that much colder. And I know from experience.
It was around this time of the year, 4 years ago. Around this time of year, 4 years ago, Ben's second to last home game versus the Titans. We were at that game. We froze everything.
Yes.
It was cold.
We were bundled up as much as we could, and it still didn't work.
It was cold.
Granted, I wore steel-toe shoes. I'll never do that again. But nonetheless.
Yeah, don't do that. That was dumb. That was dumb.
Biggest mistake I've ever done in my life. But nonetheless, we bundled up and, the wind blowing, and you have the Allegheny River literally just outside the stadium. It just makes it that much colder.
It does.
We're talking a night game
right here. The wind effect, the river, the water.
We're talking a night game here. That's just going to make it that much more colder, bro. We're going to see icicles hanging off that field.
I think the low is 13 degrees, but imagine what the real fuel is going to be like. It might be as close to the negatives.
Probably -3 degrees, maybe.
And this is Tua Tagovailoa we're talking about, where hey, you know what? I'll give him some credit. He finally won a game in weather temperature that wasn't fucking 50 degrees or more, right? He finally won a game. He finally won one game where the temperature was 50 degrees or less. He finally won a game. It was versus the Jets last week.
Yeah, 41 degrees.
41 degrees, bro. It was his first win ever in 50-degree sub-temperatures.
Now, but if we're talking 40 degrees or lower for Tua, he's never won a game.
He's 0-5 in such games. He lost twice in Buffalo, in Kansas City, Green Bay, and even Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking Pittsburgh here, bro. Heinz Field. But here's the thing. Tua doesn't have to throw the ball. He doesn't. Now, the Steelers should force Tua to throw the ball. That is how they win this football game, bro. That's how you beat the Dolphins. That's how you end their momentum. That's how you walk out of Monday Night Football in a must-win atmosphere. You force Tua to throw the ball. It's already bad enough that he is tied with Geno Smith with the most interceptions thrown all season with 18. And there's a great chance that he will surpass Geno Smith for the first time this year, since Geno will not be playing versus Philly, and it'll be Kenny flippin' Pickett versus Philly. Yes. Kenny Pickett
just against his former team, bro.
Kenny Pickett will be starting his first game probably since that Bengals game, right?
What Bengals game?
The Bengals game without Matt Canada.
No, he started a game for Philly last year.
Did he?
Yeah. Pretty sure he did. It was later in the season.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, it must have been. But
then I think he got hurt. I think he got hurt and Tanner McGee came in.
Was it week 18? Was that when
It
he
was
started?
17 or 18. I can't remember which week.
I don't remember that.
But I vividly remember turning on the Eagles game and seeing Kenny Pickett playing. I believe he did start that game.
Really?
I'm sure. If I'm correct on that, this would be Kenny's first start since starting for the Eagles. And now he gets to start versus his former team.
Well, good for him. Good for him. Just a little nugget out there for you.
Yeah, he's playing an Eagles team that's pissed off because they lost 3 straight. I wouldn't want to be Kenny Pickett.
I don't put it past anything with the Eagles anymore. I'll be real with you.
I don't know, man, dude. I don't know.
I don't put it past
There's no
anything
way
with
the Eagles lose 4 straight, right? If the Eagles lose 4 straight, someone's got to get fired. Somebody's got to get fired.
Jalen Hurts sucked last week, bro.
I know he did. 4 interceptions.
He threw a pick, recovered the ball, and fumbled again.
He had 5 overall turnovers. I don't know what the hell's going on in Philly.
Barbara, our friend with 199, the Steelers would be the team to allow Tua 200+, but he hasn't thrown that since their last loss, which was versus the who was it?
The Ravens.
The Ravens,
The Ravens was their last loss. As a matter of fact, under their new interim GM, which is Champ Kelly, they're undefeated. Since they fired their former general manager, which was Chris Greer, who was their general manager since, I think, 2016, I want to say.
Yeah.
Something like that. Like he was their GM for quite a bit. They fired him after the Ravens Thursday Night Football loss. They fired him on Halloween Day, trick or treat. And since then, they gave Champ Kelly the interim GM position, and they've been undefeated since.
Wow.
They have not lost a game. So the Dolphins are on a 4-game win streak.
Yeah, and Mike McDaniel has really driven that offense with, bro, let's just run it off the back of Achin and Gordon.
I mean, why wouldn't you?
And give the ball to Jalen Waddle because that's all they have in receiving game.
Why wouldn't you?
Tyreek's out for the year. Tyreek's out in general for Miami. He's never coming back.
No, he's done.
Jalen Waddle has almost 1,000 yards. He's about 180-something yards away from 1,000. Be very impressive if he actually gets it. He probably will. Waddle's that dude.
Yeah, he's a bona fide number 1.
He's that dude.
He's a bona fide number 1. Their offense for the Dolphins is literally Achane and Waddle. Outside of those two, I'm not even going to throw Tua in there because Tua is just a very up and down player. He's very inconsistent. Outside Achane and Waddle, who else do they have?
I would say Reek, but Reek's hurt.
Reek is hurt.
Donnie Lund with a 7. Thomas still needs to be fired. Winning doesn't change anything unless he wins a playoff game. I don't think he's going to win a playoff game, honestly, even if we make the playoffs. Here's the thing, though. Like if we make the playoffs, that's cool and dandy, but I still think this team's going to get bounced in the playoffs, which means, yeah, even if we make the playoffs, he still needs to go because otherwise this is just going to keep happening, and it's been happening for too long. So even if we win and make the playoffs, if we get bounced, he still needs to go because
this is
just going to be a repeated cycle.
That's why I said in the post game after the Ravens win, like, good on the team to get a win to overcome losing 2 straight in bad fashion. Good on them. But my question is, what do you do with it?
It's all about the follow up.
What do you do with it?
And with Tomlin, I think Debo said it best because I was listening to their show, Debo and Joe. I was listening to their show. And Hayden asked Debo, he's like, what do you think about Mike Tomlin? You think he improved this week? And he did. Tomlin did. Obviously, because we got the victory versus the Ravens. But he said, for me to really change my perspective, I need a championship. And he's not wrong. He's not wrong because that's the only thing that's going to change our perspective is if you win us a championship. Otherwise, we're just going to go through the same thing every year, and the numbers just ain't good enough.
No.
So I believe that is 100% fact in what Debo said, and I completely agree and stand by that statement.
That's why the sign is still up, ladies and gents. It's not coming down.
I even see Ravens fans saying, oh, Harbaugh still needs to go. Packers fans, LaFleur still needs to go. I mean, seeing Eagles fans, Sirianni needs to go. Interesting, right? Or like Bills, McDermott still needs to go.
Mm-hmm.
Like
so some of these fan bases, like, yeah, they're done of the coaches that have been here for quite a bit, and it's just like these coaches just haven't figured it out yet. And for us, we're just really milking this cow right now with Mike Tomlin.
Jack Collins says he hasn't to win more than a playoff game, not to be fired. He has to win a Super Bowl and now because he owes us back pay.
Back pay.
Well, let's look at it this way, man. Let's look at it this way. Where do the Steelers rank in terms of most playoff wins ever by an NFL franchise?
Definitely got to be up there. They have to be.
Because I remember for years we were at the top of the line. I'm sure we still are. I'm pretty sure we still are because I know it's us, the 49ers, the Patriots. Who else is up there? The Cowboys, the Packers. Like, there's a lot of there's these historic franchises that are up there in playoff victories. Like, that's what we were known for, is being a legitimate threat in the playoffs every single year.
Yeah.
And that's why we have so many of these playoff victories. We haven't had one since 2016. So, yeah, I feel like even if we make the playoffs, if we get bounced again, the sign still is going to stay there. I think what Steeler Nation chanted in their last loss versus the Bills still needs to be a reality. Is it going to happen? No. But my stance isn't going to change. As much as this team needs a victory, it's all about the follow-up. It's all about the follow-up in this game, man. It's all about stopping the run it's Sunday.
Monday night.
It's Monday night. In fact, the Steelers have won 22 straight home Monday Night Football games.
That's an incredible win streak right there.
Like I know recently we haven't been that great in primetime. We haven't won a primetime game all season.
No, funny enough, the last time we won a primetime football game was last year on Monday Night Football versus the Giants before our bye week last year.
Yeah.
That was the last time the Steelers won a primetime football game.
And the last time the Steelers lost a home primetime or a home Monday Night Football game was in 1991.
October 14th, 1991, when they lost to the New York Giants 23-20.
The New York Football Giants.
Yes.
By the way, the Steelers are going to be wearing their Color Rush unis this Monday night as well, which are going to be cool because I love the Color Rush. I like that they do this every year. I would just hope that they put the gold helmets on.
Yeah, just make it fit. But no, they wanted to do that with the throwbacks for the Packers game, and they look like fools wearing them.
Yeah.
They should do the gold helmets.
Well,
they should do the gold helmets. It just makes sense. Well, it's just a better color scheme.
They're going Color Rush. They're going gold end zones. Where are the gold helmets?
Yeah.
The gold helmets they wore for the throwbacks versus the Packers, just put those on the Color Rush.
It's just like that one puzzle piece. It's like, it's right there. Just put it in there. And they're like, no, that's not where it goes. We got to redo it all.
Billy Maher, who's been a member for 11 months, says, and we need you this week. Pop your perks and let's go. A-Rod, he says, A-Rod, we need you this week. Yeah, we do. Listen, he's no stranger to cold weather. This guy made a fucking Hall of Fame career in Lambeau around this time of the year. Even though he's 42 years old and his ankles are going to be a little more sore and cold because of it. Listen, bro.
If you had to play football in Lambeau for however many years, 18 years, then you're well conditioned. Yeah. He's very well conditioned in that environment.
Jamie Carlo says, Warren, 20-plus carries, Washington, 7 targets, Metcalf, 100 yards receiving.
Warren, 20-plus carries? I wish.
He hasn't had that all year.
I wish, bro.
By the way, what's the update on Darnell?
He's in concussion protocol.
Still? He was limited today.
As a matter of fact, Tomlin gave the update, if I have the injuries
We need Darnell, dude.
Darnell Washington's in concussion protocol, as is Malik Harrison and Andres Pete. All 3 of them are in concussion protocol.
In fact, it might be a case where Dylan Cook might get his first ever career start.
Oh, boy.
Andres Pete, with a concussion, did not participate today. Dylan Cook was promoted, like actually part of the active and inactive 53-man roster. He might actually start.
And the thing is, the Steelers placed Calvin Anderson on IR to get Dylan Cook onto the active roster. So we are very thin at tackle depth.
Yeah, and we're also looking at a pass rush trio of Bradley Chubb, Matthew Judon, and Chop Robinson.
Yes.
So I would anticipate a ton of chips from Gainwell and Warren, and, of course, some of our tight ends. Hopefully Darnell is going to play a huge factor in that. So that's going to help out Dylan Cook if he has to start, which I'm going to assume he will.
Yeah, as a matter of fact, the Dolphins pass rush, within their 4-game win streak, they have gotten 14 sacks in that span, with 10 of them coming in their last 2 wins.
Oh.
So, yeah, they've shown they can get to the quarterback. So,
interesting.
Dylan Cook, you're going to have your hands full. You better be prepared. You better be ready.
Shane Giggles with a 2 says NFL gifted win with Ravens to keep Tomlin employed. I do think Steelers got some favorable calls. There were also some calls Steelers didn't get. Like there was a DPI on Humphrey on DK in the end zone that didn't call. There was a couple other calls that they totally didn't get. I mean, it was a rookie ref crew.
The officiating was so bad.
I've never seen the officials this bad. And I'm talking all season, not just that game in particular. all season. And there's been so many awful calls. Every game I watch, I'm bitching at the TV because these refs are just
Like,
so
it's not
horrendous.
a penalty. Like, what the hell? What are you doing? And whatnot. It's every game, dude.
It's bad. It's bad. Like, these refs are just terrible. Everyone say trade TJ. Y'all about to see what happens Monday when TJ don't play. We've seen what happens when TJ don't play. Does anyone remember 2022?
I vividly remember. I remember Malik Reed, dude.
Oh, God.
I remember Malik Reed starting opposite of Alex Highsmith. He did absolutely nothing. How many we got no pressure from that guy. We hardly got pressure with that guy in there. He got maybe one sack within the time Watt was out.
By the way, the only reason I say trade TJ is because he can actually go win something elsewhere because he's not doing it here, especially if we keep Tomlin. I love TJ, but he has not had a single playoff victory. He hasn't come close to one.
And yes, we don't have a Malik Reed on this defense.
No, thank God.
We have Nick Herbig.
Our depth is very good.
We have Nick Herbig. I think we're good.
Our depth is very good.
I think we're good, but TJ is still TJ. He still brings that level of impact.
Donnie Lund with a where's it at? Where I just had it with a 5. We need to see a collaboration with you guys in your name tree. Gladly. I love collaborations.
I love to do one. Absolutely.
Your name tree's awesome, man. Where are we at? Rest in peace to Jeff Garcia, the voice Sheen from Jimmy Neutron, and rest Jim Ward, the voice of Doug Dimmadome, owner of the Dimmadome.
Is that Doug Dimmadome?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's sad, man.
That dude. This week sucks, bro. Like,
yeah, this is
a massive part of my childhood is going away. Okay? We got 2 of voice actors for some of the best Nickelodeon shows ever passing away. We got John Cena in his last match on Saturday. I'm going to be an emotional mess. Half my childhood's over. This sucks. But hey, we got Phillip Rivers.
Our childhood ain't over yet,
we got
bro.
44-year-old Phillip Rivers.
Phillip Rivers.
What world are we in? Phillip Rivers, bro?
For the shoe. Phillip Rivers decided to stop coaching his high school football team, which I think his son is actually the starting quarterback for that team. I could be wrong there.
What?
Yeah. Dude, he's got 10 kids. One's got to be a quarterback.
Oh, he's a grandpa.
I know.
We got a
grandpa. We got a grandpa in line to start versus he faces the Seahawks. He's going to die.
I'm taking his over. I don't care.
You know what's funny? You know what's funny? I'm in one fantasy league, to which I'm already eliminated from playoff contention. It doesn't matter. I'm playing for nothing.
Bro, I don't think I have a winning record in any of my leagues.
I picked up Phillip Rivers to put on my bench. I just want to see what happens.
Why not, right?
I just want to see what happens. I might start him. I don't care. I'm not in the playoffs. Not in that league. I said, screw it. I might start him just for the fun of it.
Why not?
We'll see.
Why not?
I don't know.
Yeah, crazy world, man. Phillip Rivers, he's been out of the league for 5 years, and now his Hall of Fame, what's it called? His eligibility for the Hall of Fame is going to restart now. He was never going to be a first ballot anyway.
So he's gonna be 50 years old
by the time he's eligible again, which he's not going in first ballot.
By that time, he's gonna have like another grandchild in that span, right?
He probably might have another 4, not including his own children. My God, bro.
Old man Rivers is back, guys, for the Colts.
At least his 6-year-old can watch him play football. That's kind of cool. But yes, Phillip Rivers is back. What a week. What a week. This has been a week, bro. It's been a week. To just continue on, bro. Of course, this is Dolphins Steelers. How can we not talk about my guy, Minkah Fitzpatrick?
Good old number 29 over there. No longer 39.
Minkah Fitzpatrick comes home.
Minkah, bro.
I don't know about you guys.
How about Minkah?
Oh, you know what? I'm going to end this poll. I'm going to get a new one up. I miss Minkah.
While you do that, can I just say this right here? I think the Dolphins won that trade.
Really?
I think the Dolphins won that trade.
Really?
Yeah. And here's why. Jonnu's doing nothing. He's not utilized right. He's doing nothing. I don't think he even has 200 yards on the season.
Yeah.
And Ramsey's brought an impact. He's been very good for us this season. As a slot corner, then converting to safety when injuries transpired, he's done well. But I feel like in the past number of weeks, they've used Ramsey in the same light of Minkah Fitzpatrick, of how we just keep him stationary up there at free safety. Instead of moving Ramsey around, having him be that Swiss Army knife, just let Ramsey play like he needs to instead of having him play in one primary position.
Kind of like what they did with Minkah last year and the year before that.
And you see what Minkah's done this year with the Dolphins.
Minkah's actually seeing a lot of time in the slot.
I got the snap counts as far as free safety, slot, and box snaps compared to the snaps he had last year with the Steelers. Free safety snaps for the Steelers, he had 756 last year.
Free safety snaps.
With just free safety snaps, 756.
He played deep safety 700 something times.
756. He only has 241 of those this year. In the slot, last year he only played 94 snaps in the slot last year. That's it. 94. This year he has 313,
which is the highest he's had in the slot since his rookie season, which was obviously with the Dolphins.
And box snaps, last year in total he had 196 snaps in 2024.
Yep.
So far he's got 176 snaps.
Yeah,
you see the balance in the snap differential with Minkah with the Dolphins.
They're moving him around.
They're letting Minkah play. What did Minkah call it? Minkah ball.
Yeah.
What did he say? Just let me play Minkah ball. Let me loose.
Yeah.
Let me play Minkah ball. The Dolphins are doing exactly that. Anthony Weaver, the Dolphins defensive coordinator, is doing exactly that with Minkah.
Yeah, and Minkah was never an issue for this team. Was he not as good as he was when he first got here? Yeah. I'll give you that. He was missing tackles, he was missing angles, and
some of his coverages, he just wasn't good in those.
But he wasn't an issue. He wasn't the big issue. He wasn't. Minkah was back there playing deep safety, and everybody, they got rid of the football in 2 seconds because they're not allowing the pass rush to eat, and they're not challenging the deep ball because they know Minkah's there. They're going to purposely scheme away from Watt, away from Minkah, and get rid of the ball in 2 seconds because we play too much fucking soft zone, and the middle's always open. And Minkah has to play janitor half the time. Minkah was never the issue. And now over there in Miami, he's having a very good year. I'm happy for him. I wish it was with us. I'm happy for him. I miss Minkah. I do. Y'all got to understand from my point of view, as a teenager growing up watching the 2010 Pittsburgh Steelers post Palomalu, post Uncle Ike. Oh my god, dude. I get nightmares.
It was bad.
We're talking Cortez Allen. We're talking Antoine Blake. We're talking Cody Sensabaugh, Artie Burns. And that's just at the corner position. And that's not even half of them. Ross Cockle's another one. Look at the safety position. Will Allen, Mike Mitchell, Sean Davis,
Shamarko Thomas,
Robert
Golden.
This was all before Jordan Dangerfield. This was all before Minkah. So when we got Minkah and he did what he did, bro, that will forever sit with me as
a fan.
Not just a fan, bro. So much appreciation for that man because he helped transcend that defense to what it needed to be and what it was for that period of time.
Yeah. And was Minkah the splash play, the heavy turnover heavy Minkah of old? No, and he still isn't for the Dolphins. I think he only has one interception for the Dolphins. But he still had that level of impact to which when an offense is looking at the tape and they're game planning against the Steelers defense, they looked at Minkah up at free safety and were like, okay, we're going to make sure that the ball does not go his direction because of his capabilities.
Yeah, they purposely schemed away from the guy.
Minkah still had that level of impact. The Steelers just didn't do their job of spreading that impact around throughout the field, throughout the secondary. That was the Steelers' fault.
They don't move people around.
That was their fault. They had Minkah stationary. Instead of spreading that impact around, they had it at one area, one position, and everything else suffered. They had Cameron Sutton come back from suspension, bench Beanie Bishop, who's now a Saint right now, and they had Cameron Sutton stay in the slot and get torched every single game. He had his career ended by Isaiah Likely in the playoffs, but they kept Minkah up deep, and it didn't make a lick of a difference. It did nothing.
Well, that's just talking as an on-field player or on-field impact. What he did in the locker room was just, it was quiet because, this is not something that you're going to see. It's not going to be in the headlines, bro. Minkah was such a quiet leader, a quiet individual.
Dude, you remember, what was it, a training camp or whatnot? Like, when you go into the Steelers locker room, like we went to the draft parties and whatnot at Heinz Field, in the locker room, they have the Steelers logo on the bottom of the carpet. Minka had
it's not carpet. It's more floor. I don't know what material
Yeah,
it
yeah,
is,
you know
but
what
it's
I'm talking
definitely
about.
not carpet.
It's on the floor, though, nonetheless. Minka had something surrounded so people wouldn't step on
He
it.
had a flag banner around the Steelers logo because he didn't want nobody stepping on it. He wanted to protect that logo. Who could forget when he told the media, people just come in, they wear the logo, they represent the Steelers, and they don't think they got to work for it.
No, they think they're just going to immediately make plays.
Minka knew what it meant to be a Steeler, bro, and he was passing that down. I don't see no one else on this team doing that. I don't see no one else on this team representing that kind of passion. Not even Hayward, not even Watt. Minka was doing that. He was a quiet leader. He was.
And now he's bringing that.
Even on the sidelines.
And now he's bringing that over to Miami. And you see his level of impact with Miami with how they're dividing it and splitting it at free safety, in the box, in the slots, sometimes at D-line even.
Yeah.
You know, they are just moving Minka around to have Minka play Minka football. And if you look at his PFF ratings, I know everybody has their opinion on PFF, but last year with the Steelers, he was the 45th ranked safety out of 98 last year. This year, out of 96 safeties, he's number 3.
Man, it's just, you know, I'm happy for him. I am. I just wish it was with us.
Now, when we traded him away and we went live talking about the trade discussions and whatnot, you and I and everybody else here said, you know, we wish Minka the best. Nothing but appreciation and love from Steeler Nation. We wish him nothing from the best. And seeing the season that Minka's having, I'm happy for the guy.
Yeah, you will never hear me say a bad word about Minka because he was that guy on the field, in the locker room, as an individual. It's just, Minka's an all-around great person, great dude. So I do miss Minka. I do. I miss his impact. I miss what he brought to the locker room. I just miss him wearing the jersey, really. Mm-hmm. It's nothing against Ramsey, and I do love what Ramsey's bringing to the team, to the safety position. He's bringing such a old school mentality, an old school impact. Like, hey, we're going to fucking hit you, and you're going to feel it, and you're going to regret running the ball on us. You're not going to do that again. You're going to think twice before you even think about running the football, right? That's what I like about Ramsey. I do.
And you knew that level play was coming from Ramsey when the trade happened.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
I am glad to see him up at the safety position because I feel like that's where he should be, considering he's only going to get older, and that just is going to benefit and extend his career.
It is.
As long as the Steelers utilize him properly. As long as he's here.
Right. But, yeah, man, Minka comes home. It'll be interesting to see how the Dolphins use him. I do believe that he won't be seeing a lot of time in the slot. He could. But the Steelers, don't run a ton of 11 personnel. They don't typically use a slot receiver very often. They might put Minka on one of their tight ends they have lined up in the slot, Jonnu, Muth, whoever, right? But most of the time, I do think they're going to try to play him at deep safety, seeing how the Steelers finally wanted to open the offense and throw the ball deep on a constant basis last week with DK and Calvin Austin. Like, now they're opening things up as an offense. They're getting aggressive. They want to throw the ball deep, and they're successful with it. And shout out to A-Rod because those were throws he was missing all November long, pre and after injury.
No, A-Rod was on his A game.
He was in his bag last week.
He was on his A game.
But
he did good.
The Dolphins are going to see that on tape and think, okay, who's the one guy that we have on our team that's going to absolutely eliminate that? That's Minka. So he could probably see a ton more deep safety reps. And the struggles with the Steelers offense is the Dolphins can do that and then put someone else in the slot because the Steelers offense doesn't use the middle of the field. They don't. Anytime they take a deep shot, it's down either sideline. It's never towards the middle. It's never down like the actual, like in between the hashes. It's always outside. So they can sacrifice putting Minka at deep safety to eliminate that factor when they know that the Steelers offense, outside of that, if they want to try that this Sunday or Monday night, they're not exactly going to exercise a lot more than they should. Mm-hmm. That's still one of the struggles with the Steelers offense is like, yeah, we saw some deep shots last week, good, but they also still don't target the middle of the field. we don't scheme to get a wide receiver 2 involved, this offense is still pretty limited. And we can't get a run game going. Whether they try or whether they just run away from it, they can't get a run game going. I think we have the talent to do so. I think our line is good enough to do so. It's just they don't do it.
No.
Whether they don't adjust and they can't find ways to get a run game going, or they just don't do it entirely.
Or if they do start to do it, they just step away from it.
Yeah.
Which doesn't make any sense to me because, I mean, this is the Pittsburgh Steelers we're talking about. Run the football is their bread and butter. They've built their offense, their philosophy around running the football.
Except last week.
Except last week, they hardly ran the football.
And they
now,
did well.
I'll give them credit. They didn't have to run the ball because passing the ball was working. The Ravens had no answers on stopping A-Rod.
Secondaries.
Stopping DK Metcalf, and I know the secondary is awful. I know.
Oh, shit.
It is. He almost tipped it. The Ravens secondary is terrible. So stepping away from the run game because you wanted to pass the football, and it was effective, it was working. I wholeheartedly understand that. Now, how often is that going to happen? Probably not consistently. So I feel like in this game, Monday Night Football, primetime football, with the weather and the wind, I feel like you got to try to establish a run.
Right.
Now, I mean that. You got to feed the ball to Warren, get Gainwell involved. Just feed those backs, man. Feed them the rock.
I think we definitely have the talent to do so, especially if we get Darnell back. If Darnell's healthy enough and he clears concussion protocol and he's going to be playing in this one, that's going to be a huge boost in that regard because, one, he's a hell of a pass catcher. Two, he's just a dominant blocker. I'd argue, our best blocker in overall on the team. Like, I'm just being completely honest with you. Like, shout out to the line. Fatanu's looking great. Fatanu's looking really good. Like, really good. Like, he's looking like a franchise right tackle.
And he's staying healthy, bro.
Broderick Jones, before the injury, was looking really good. Frazier's looking good. McCormick, he's not doing too bad. He's getting beat more times than I like to see, but I do like McCormick's path of where he's going, right?
His development, yeah.
Especially for a fourth-round pick out of South Dakota State. Sam Miller's doing pretty solid. So the lines...
They're holding their own.
They are. I feel like one of the bright spots of this team.
Did they give up a sack last week? I don't think they did.
I don't think they did.
I don't think they gave up a single sack.
No, they gave A-Rod some good time. So the line's been a constant positive, as a matter of fact. But to give Darnell more props and more credit, more praise, I think he's just, in general, our best blocker. He's that good.
And if he doesn't,
so we need him.
And if he doesn't play, then yeah, the Steelers are going to lose one of the more significant, impactful players on offense.
Yeah.
But that's where the coaching is going to have to come into effect and try to how to utilize the two $12 million tight ends that you are paying, that you have in Muth and Jonah, for not just this year, but for next year as well.
We've been saying that all year, dude. We've been saying that all year, and they don't do it.
And Muth and Jonah, they are not your most ideal blockers, obviously. Neither is Connor Hayward whatsoever. But I feel like that should not shy away the Steelers from trying to establish a rushing game.
Sure.
But if Darnold's not playing and you still need additional weapons or additional threats in the passing attack, if they do want to throw the football, you have two tight ends that can do it.
Billy Marver, the 199. Do we see a discount double check this week? No, I doubt it.
No, I mean, what are the odds A-Rod gets 2 straight games with a rushing touchdown?
I doubt it. The only way that happens if they so happen to run a sneak at the one. I don't think they'll give it to.
They'll give it to Hayward.
They'll give it to Hayward, and A-Rod will sit there, hand in his hand warmers, and touchdown or touchdown. That's probably what we're gonna see.
So you're saying Connor Hayward's going to get a rushing touchdown?
All I'm saying is the odds are probably very, very low or high, but you never know. Anything can happen, right?
We'll see. We'll see if they do want to. If they're in that predicament, if they do want to run the football, we'll see what Arthur Smith has in his bag, in his playbook, up his sleeve.
Yeah, I mean this offense. Listen, I didn't give the offense any credit whatsoever going into last week's game versus the Ravens. I didn't. Barber FM with a 199. Think about it. Rodgers has more rushing touchdowns than DH. Who's DH?
Is that Derrick Henry?
There's no way.
No. Derrick Henry had like 10. He has like 10 touchdowns on the year. That's bull. There's no way. Who else would DH be?
D-Hop, but that's obvious.
Oh yeah.
Is it going right over my head? Is there anyone else I'm not thinking of? I mean, if you want to get specific, he's not wrong. He's talking about last week.
If that's what you mean, Barbara, then yes, you are correct.
If we're getting into specifics here, yeah.
Yes.
Last week.
Yes.
Meaning
just last week,
so,
yes.
I mean, listen, you can't beat facts right there.
Well, I am happy says Adam Thielen gets a touchdown this week.
Really? Does he get more than 4 yards?
Does he get? I thought he had 6.
Run the ball!
I meant Derrick Henry against us. Wait, did Henry score last week?
No, Henry did not score.
I don't think he did.
He didn't score.
No. It
No,
was-
Lamar had a rushing touchdown, and Isaiah Likely had a touchdown.
Yeah. DH didn't score. Yeah.
No, he didn't.
Yeah. DH did not score. So Aaron Rodgers did have more touchdowns than Derrick Henry when the Steelers and Ravens faced. How about that? That's
that, King Henry.
Yeah, when you kind of put it like that, it's very just one of those weird stats, right? It's gonna be one of those weird bar trivia questions. In the Steelers versus Ravens game, Week 14 of 2025, who scored a touchdown? Aaron Rodgers or Derrick Henry? This will be asking like 20 years. Let's see who actually is gonna get it, right?
We'll be right here 20 years from now.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I didn't give the offense any credit going into last week's game, bro. I didn't. I'll give them props for what they did. Now, they only had 3 yards total in the fourth quarter. They couldn't close it out.
No, the fourth quarter, they were dreadful.
They got they got
conservative.
They did. They fell asleep.
They got soft.
They couldn't close the game out, which is just run of the mill.
But they can't do this. They can't do that.
But in this game, I still think, yes, what Rob said, you got to get a run game going, bro. You got to use Warren. You got to use Gainwell. Maybe get a little bit of Caleb involved a little bit if you want to. There's nothing wrong with that. GWRX1884 with a 499 says, Big Ben said we went all out this year with players. If we don't make the playoffs, do we run it back with the same players? That's exactly what Mike Tomlin's going to do.
He's going to, if not the exact same players, he's going to find other veterans to fill.
Well, he's definitely going to run it back with the same coaching staff because that's what he did this year after last year's collapse. Do we think for real this offense is going to stay consistent? Asked Brian in the chat. That's where I was going with.
I don't have that trust, Brian. I
need to see more. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'll give them credit for last week, okay? Because we did something that we never do, which is throw the ball deep, and we executed.
I think every deep pass was a catch.
Yes, we had 4 deep passes, 4 yards of 20+ air yardage, and they were all completions. 3 to DK, 1 to Calvin.
And that was good.
We need to see more. It's all about the follow-up. We need to see some consistency for sure. So until we see that, I'm still going to hold my expectations pretty minimal, very low in regards to this offense, especially since how I think that we have Dylan Cook potentially starting at left tackle, and we know what Bradley Chubb is still capable of at his age. Chop Robinson is such an explosive guy off the line. I know he's not having the wildest rookie season, but he's still a ferocious guy. I mean, I don't know what they feed in Penn State. But
I don't know. But are the Dolphins playing Judon more than Robinson? Because I feel like that's a crime.
Yeah, that's a crime.
Because they took Robinson in the first round last year, and you're gonna limit him for a 33-year-old pass rusher.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
That's just not right.
No. And they traded away Jalen Phillips too to the Eagles.
Yeah.
So I don't know what this offense is going to do in this. I'll be honest with you. I generally don't know what to expect from this offense. So I'm keeping my expectations very low and minimal. And I'll throw this one at you guys as well. In the last 4 games that the Dolphins have won, their last 4 straight victories, they haven't allowed more than 17 points in each of those games.
Wow.
No more than 17. The Steelers scored 27 last week. Props to them. Can they do it again?
But Miami's been on a bit of a rebound this year. I mean, they started 1-6.
Before they got their 6-7 record, they were 2-7 after losing to the Ravens.
Yes,
and they've won 4 straight. They had a 100-yard rusher in each of those 4 straight games. They don't have to rely on Tua no more. They don't. They just rely on the ground game, which is exactly what we can't stop from the defensive side of the football.
No, I remember that AFC North war room that we did with the Dolphins and Browns when the Dolphins did go 1-6, 2 through 3 interceptions. Dude, the Dolphins were just terrible.
Yeah,
they gave the Browns literally the Browns probably best win of the season. The Dolphins were just that bad.
Yeah, those were Dylan Gabriel at the start.
Yeah, though I can say that I don't think that's the same Dolphins team.
No, that was weeks ago.
They've gone 5-1 since. They've won 4 straight. They are trying to turn their season around. They're still within the playoff hunt. Do they make it? I highly doubt. But
They have
I mean,
to win out.
I don't want to take. I'm not trying to discredit anything that Miami has done, that Mike McDaniel is doing, leading the Chargers head coach, Champ Kelly as the interim GM. Like, they've turned the tide for their season. Like when it seemed like it was dead and gone, being 2-7, they've won 4 straight, and they're like, we're not going down without a fight.
Right.
So the Steelers team, Miami's got a lot of momentum, winning 4 straight, and they're going into Pittsburgh on the road, Monday Night Football, primetime football right here. They can't take the Dolphins lightly.
No, and listen, the game plan is going to be to stop the run, stop what the Dolphins are doing with their ground attack with H.N., who is suffering a rib injury right now, but I'm pretty sure he'll be playing. If not, I don't want to sleep on Ollie Gordon. I don't want to sleep on Jalen Wright, as he just came off a 100-yard game. Their rushing attack, their committee they use, and the speed they have, and their run schemes, and their formations, and how they pull their guards, and they use their tight ends. The way Mike McDaniel gets his run game involved is very successful, and that's been the driving force for their 4-game win streak. And we can't stop the run. Derek Harmon could be back. I sure as hell hope he's back, because he definitely makes an impact. They allow over 100 yards less when Harmon's in there. I hope Benton is going to be able to play. Same thing with Y.A. Black. We need those guys to rotate to keep them fresh. They're all hurt right now. We need each of those guys to benefit off each other. The linebackers, we need Patrick Queen to step it up. He keeps missing his gaps. He keeps over-pursuing. He's not reading the run game properly.
No, Queen has looked very, very awful lately.
So he, especially at the linebacker position, needs to help. Malik Harrison, he's in concussion protocol. He's seeing a ton of the rushing defense reps. We need him healthy. If not, Cole Holcomb's got to step it up. Same thing with Peyton Wilson. I would preferably like to see Peyton Wilson more than those two, but that's what that's the Steelers' game plan to stop on the run, is we're going to play more of Harrison and Holcomb, which hasn't been working actually.
No, I mean like
so
you have a dog in Peyton Wilson. I still think he's a dog. I mean, he's definitely played a lot better compared to his earlier start this season. I mean, they have Peyton Wilson doing a lot of special team snaps, even when Malik Harrison is back on the team.
Also considering, like, say H.N. plays, we need someone to match that speed and electricity. H.N.'s fast as hell.
Yes,
he's one of the fastest dudes in the league. And we need somebody to match his speed.
You're looking at Peyton Wilson, who's probably one of the more faster inside linebackers throughout the NFL.
Yeah, he's got range. He's got the sideline speed. He's got the hustle.
He single-handedly helped probably save the Steelers from losing that Vikings game, chasing down Jordan Addison.
Yeah. He's got effort, bro. He doesn't give up on a play. I would love to see a lot more Peyton Wilson, bro. I think if you're going to stop the run, you're getting Harmon back, you might want to put in someone that's going to match that kind of electricity. If they're going to be running a ton of tosses and they're going to be pulling those guards, you need somebody that's going to match that speed to meet them at the gap, to meet them at the line of scrimmage. That's Peyton Wilson for you. So if you want to stop the run, let's play more Peyton Wilson. Please. At least if you put him in, you know what his intangibles are to try to stop the run. If it doesn't work, then that's a failure on Peyton Wilson's part. But at least I think he has more of the credentials to stop the run game for this week, bearing on what the Dolphins are going to do with H.N. and his health, his injury right now.
Mm-hmm.
We got to stop the run. But I don't want to underestimate the passing game, because that's the one thing the Steelers tend to do, is when they stop the run or they stop the pass, they underestimate the other.
They're so focused on stopping the run, they forget the passing attack. Yeah,
it's Tua and 40 sub-degree temperatures. He hasn't won a single game in such conditions. He's coming off his only win in sub-50-degree temperatures versus the Jets last week. He's not good in the cold. But the Dolphins aren't going into this game thinking, oh no, Tua hasn't won in the cold. How's he going to pass the ball? Because they're going to run the ball. They're not worried about Tua passing the ball because they're going to run. And if they get successful with it, it might be a long night.
But if they don't get successful with it, who's to say that McDaniel and the offense, they're not going to adjust, like say in the second half, and the Steelers are just going to fall asleep on that, and they're going to be the second half football team that we know that the Steelers are. Like they kind of were showcasing, or basically were showcasing versus the Ravens, hence the Ravens nearly making that comeback.
Well, if anything, they're going to get Tua. When Tua throws the ball, he's going to get it out quick. I can tell you right now, if Tua, I don't know how many times he's going to throw the ball. That really depends on how effective the rushing defense is. But anytime Tua throws the ball, I can assure you it's going to be getting the ball out quick. Let's use the yak ability of H.N. and Waddle and Darren Waller to an extent and Malik Washington. They're going to use those guys in that kind of speed and the yak ability. They're not gonna trust Tua in this condition.
No.
They're gonna get the ball out of his hands as soon as possible. So this defense has to come and play. They got to make the stops. You got to wrap them up. You got to stuff the run, and essentially you really got to force the ball into Tua's hands, because then at that point I think you absolutely win the ball game. Otherwise, if not, might be a long night for us. Our rushing defense hasn't been good in the last 5 games. We've given up 100 or more yards the last 5 games straight.
200 yards back-to-back, actually.
Yeah, so if we can't stop the run, listen, folks.
It might be a long night.
And then that's where the offense is going to have to match up. That's where Aaron Rodgers is really going to have to put this team on the back again. Almost similar to what we saw versus the Bengals on Thursday night weeks ago. Except instead of Joe Flacco throwing the ball all over us with Jamar Chase, it'll be the rushing game of the Dolphins. There's a reason Devin Achane is 3rd in rushing yards. And he's actually their 2nd leading in receiving yards, the Dolphins.
Yeah, Achane's a beast.
Yeah.
I should know because I have him in fantasy.
Good for you. Just one of those guys you always get, huh?
Yeah, as he's one of my guys. No matter what. It's him and Chase, no matter what.
The Dolphins kicker's on IR?
Dolphins kicker? Who's their kicker? I can't remember.
Honestly, I don't know. Call me a casual. By the way, shout out to Billy Maher with where's it at? 199. A-Rod now has caught 4 passes in his career for negative 20 yards. Yeah. Wait, hold on. He has 4 catches? I could have sworn last week was his only career catch.
Well, how many Aaron Rodgers games are we watching where he catches a pass?
Bro, that's the first time I ever seen him catch a pass.
Same here, but like...
Okay, but what constitutes as a catch for him?
Bobbling it up and bringing it down after it was tipped?
Before that happened, like what other plays was he making where he caught the ball behind the line of scrimmage to lose yards?
Probably the same thing.
Probably, yeah.
Probably the same thing. Batting it up and hauling it in, making sure, hey, it's not intercepted.
Yeah.
Nearly gave us a scare with Teddy Buchanan last week.
Yeah, another questionable call.
Jeez. That wasn't as offensive, though, because the Ravens still got the Steelers with a 3-and-out.
Yeah.
So it wasn't overly drastic.
Billy Maher says, to your guys' point, Dolphins scored 34 with Tua throwing for 129 and only 1 touchdown. Yeah, they don't need Tua to throw the ball.
No.
They don't need Tua to throw the ball, but we need to force him to throw the ball. Tua hasn't thrown for over 200 yards since their last loss. That is how much of a non-factor he has been. He's just been kind of a game manager. He's just been, here you go. Here's the ball. That's all he's doing.
They're playing it safe with him.
That's yeah, as they should. He's thrown 18 picks.
14.
I thought it was 18.
18 touchdowns to 14 picks.
Oh, I must have read it backwards.
Yeah.
I must have read it backwards.
If we can get 4 picks off his ass, then yeah, it would be 18. Do we get 4 interceptions? Probably not.
Well, the way we have to win ball games nowadays, yeah. Apparently.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I read it backwards. I thought he threw 18 picks. He threw 18 touchdowns. He's on 14 picks. That's bad.
That's still a lot.
That's bad.
That's a lot.
That's really bad.
For how much he's being paid, yeah, that's a lot.
That's bad.
That should at least be a season total. Like the season's not even done yet.
Yeah.
Far from it.
By the way, I want to give a shout out to Jordan Brooks of the Dolphins. He's their leader in tackles. I think he's the NFL leader in tackles.
The NFL leader.
Yeah, he's just all over the run game. All over the run game. So he's someone that's going to be in there trying to fill the gaps and stuff to run for the Dolphins defense.
Yep.
He's going to see a lot of attention towards the line of scrimmage for sure. Minka's actually 3rd in tackles for him. 3rd.
He's always up the charts when it comes to tackles. We should know.
Yeah. Yeah. What
year was it when he had like 130 tackles?
This one was like 2022.
Was it?
Pretty sure.
When he had to basically be linebacker?
That was when Watt was out. Yeah, he was playing at the line a lot.
Minka's no stranger to this.
Black and Gold 36 says, we can't keep starting Cam on defensive line. He needs to come in off the bench so he won't be so gassed later in the game. I agree. I think a big problem with our defense right now is snap management.
We're just running these guys into the ground.
Like I think for once we actually have depth in almost every area where we could literally keep these guys fresh.
Edge for sure. They changed up the whole D-line depth. Now, I know some injuries have kind of halted that, but nonetheless, you still have guys that can fill it in there.
Yeah.
Especially if you're going to get a guy like Harmon back out there for this game on the night. Like, yeah, get these guys a breather, man. Give these guys a break a little bit.
You got Otamwu, who I think has been a very serviceable depth piece. Very serviceable. I've been very pleased with a lot of his tape. So he can come in and play that nose if he has to. And he's a little smaller. If he can play the 3 or the 4, by all means.
Yeah.
He's got that physicality to him.
But you notice
Y.A. Black, he didn't have a good game last week. He didn't. He got bullied a lot. But, his stature, and if you put him essentially in Hayward's spot at the 4 or the 4-eye position, I think that's where he thrives. So you can put him along that line there. We know what Keanu Benton can do when he's put in the right spot. He's coming off his best year so far.
Yeah.
So, I think to keep these guys fresh, and it's gonna be a big way of stopping the run too, is putting these guys in good positions where, they can attribute in all phases of the game.
Yeah.
Instead of being gassed towards the late end and then the defense giving up like they did at the end of the game.
Well, especially on
It's
third
just-
downs, because you notice how sometimes like Hayward's not even on the field for third downs because they're constantly having him on there on the field consistently on first and second downs.
Because it's obvious run plays.
To a point that when it comes to third down, he's still a solid pass rusher at that. He's not even there.
Yeah.
You got like Logan Lee in there on third down and whatnot.
what was our end of game lineup before the Highsmith sack?
I don't remember.
I know it was Highsmith. Well, obviously Highsmith because he got the sack. Was Otamwu one of the guys on that?
No, he
line?
was up there because I remember after Lamar was sacked and the ball came out, he was down by contact, but the ball came out. Otamwu still picked it up.
Really?
Yes.
All
Otamwu was in there.
All I know is that, like, towards the end of the game, as the Ravens are trying to score, now, they probably wouldn't have scored because they didn't have many timeouts or much time left. But towards the end of the game, they didn't really have much of their best personnel out there. They had Highsmith. They had Otamwu. Was Sawyer out there?
That I don't remember.
Or maybe it was Herbig? Or, no, I'm pretty sure it was Watt. I entirely forget. But I'm thinking to myself, you got to put Watt, Highsmith, and Herbig on the field at all times in that scenario.
Yeah.
The point is to prevent them from gaining yardage, to get pressure. You get your best 3 edge rushers out there in that situation. So those are just some of those snap management that they need to work on, especially when it comes to a guy like Nick Herbig's time, which he's going to see a ton of snap counts now because TJ Watt might be out for the year.
Yeah.
We don't know. But TJ Watt, he has a lung injury, which is very scary. And if it is what a lot of people are speculating, he's not going to play probably for the rest of the year. So Nick Herbig is going to see a ton of snaps now, which is no problem. But then that means, how many snaps is Jack Sawyer going to get? Are they going to continue to run those 3 outside linebacker blitzes with Sawyer running interior? Or are they just going to run more D-line heavy? Or are they going to blitz like Queen or Wilson more? It'll be interesting to see how they adjust with Watt out now. Should be interesting. Should be. I don't know. It's just.
No, it's going to be interesting to see, how they utilize these guys. It's all about situational football, even with Watt out and whatnot. Like, this is another big test for this coaching staff. I mean, we don't have trust and faith in them, even with Watt's in there. But like right now, it's like, okay, what do you have in mind? What can you cook up? What do you have in store?
Okay, so Hayward was out there. Okay, so Hayward and Watt were out there. Okay. Well, instead of a Tomway, I would have definitely put Herbig out there. I would have went 1 D-line in Hayward and 3 outside linebackers. I think that's your best way of getting pressure on Lamar in that kind of situation. Obviously, it worked. The personnel they had out there worked because Highsmith got sacked.
Yeah, Ronnie Stanley, he had a bad day.
Aaron Rodgers has a total of 4 career receptions, all of which were thrown by himself for a loss of yards, totaling negative 20 yards across 4 different games in 2012, 2020, 2021, and 2025. How do you know that?
How do you find these stats?
How do you shout out to Billy Maher in the chat, man. Bringing in that stat moves kind of information.
All right, I'm gonna call it. Billy Maher's the stat guy moving forward.
Yeah.
He's going to be our stat guy.
Without TJ, offense is going to have to control the clock and outscore the Fins, definitely. And that's going to be a big reason why they should find a way to get the run game going, for sure. The Steelers are 1-11 without Watt, dude.
You remember that
Speaks for
one?
itself.
You remember that one win we got?
No, I actually don't.
You don't remember? You don't?
No. Who was it?
Tom Brady and the Buccaneers.
With Mitch. When Mitch
Kenny started. Kenny got
and
hurt.
Mitch
Mitch
finished.
came in, and Mitch actually did a
What?
very good job as the backup. That was the
What?
one win.
That's insane.
I remember Connor Hayward catching the ball and just running up the field. I remember
Oh
that
yeah,
game.
that was wow.
That was the one win we got without TJ Watt.
Wow. That's crazy.
That's it.
Okay, now okay. That was our
Yeah.
last win versus
Yep.
Tom Brady too. Wow, it's the only one we have without Watt. Elephant says, what would be the worst Super Bowl nightmare matchup? I feel it has to be Ravens versus Cowboys. Yeah, because like I don't want to root for neither. You know, like, I don't want to see that.
You can throw the Eagles up there. I rooted for the Eagles because they faced the Chiefs. That was different.
I know a lot of people would say this would be a fire game, but Bengals and Cowboys, like again, who would I root for? It'd be an offensive, what's the word? It'd be an offensive just gem, I guess, for lack of better terms. But I don't want to see that. Because
Does anybody want to see the Patriots in the Super Bowl again?
No.
Even with this different regime, this
No.
different look of the Patriots.
No,
I mean, I like Vrabel, I like May, I like a lot of their talent. It's just the Patriots are back at the top of the food
bad
chain.
enough. Most of my childhood
Maybe
was
if they
them in the
don't, maybe if they don't cheat, but their reputation's ruined because of it.
Don't sleep on Robert Kraft, bro. He finds a way.
I know.
Eddie T with a 199 says, I believe this defense can win without Watt this year. I mean, I would say this. They definitely have better depth than they did in 2022.
Yeah. Malik Reed, dude.
We have Nick Herbig now and Jack Sawyer. We have a much better defensive line.
Much more reliable.
Yeah, so, yeah, I can say that.
I think the guys are more than capable. Herbig's more than capable.
Yes.
And Heisman's been playing out of his mind.
A-Rod against his former team beating the Packers after being their starting quarterback beating Steelers is a crazy twist. You talking about a Super Bowl matchup? Brian, you talking about a potential Super Bowl matchup?
Steelers Packers?
Yeah, he says imagine Steelers going to the Super Bowl. Holy shit, and against the Packers. The
The
NFL script writers,
yeah,
bro.
Man, they're getting to work, bro. They're finding up a way of like, okay, how can the playoffs work in our favor here?
The real question here is there any more fudge? There's plenty. There's plenty.
Yeah, still plenty of fudge and Christmas crack.
And yeah, I'm gonna make more.
Danny made crack, guys.
I did.
Cuckoo for crack.
Yeah. And then there's gonna be more. There's gonna be
Oh,
plenty more.
there better be. I mean, that's some good crack.
I'm definitely gonna need it after the Steelers game on
Monday night.
Monday, no matter how it goes.
We'll probably have a plate right here just in the store.
Yeah, for sure.
With some eggnog to go with it.
PA Dutch.
Do you have a bottle?
I do not. I gotta get it tomorrow.
Okay then.
Gotta get myself some PA Dutch.
Well, I'll drink regular, non-alcoholic eggnog.
That's fine.
Out of the Christmas vacation moose cups.
If I get a little extra animated on Monday, it was definitely not the PA Dutch. Believe me,
Fair warning.
I'm not. I would never get drunk on camera. Never. How much are you placing on the over for Phillip Rivers? I don't know, dude. I don't know.
Is there an over for Phillip Rivers?
There is.
What is it?
I don't know, but there is.
I'm not a gambling person, but what is his over?
I'll search it. I'll get on the phone now because I'm curious.
Phillip Rivers over under.
Very curious. I'm going to search it right now. I don't know if they have the lines yet.
Betting line for week 15 for Phillip Rivers. Passing yards 150.5.
That's it?
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
Pass completions is 16.5. Pass attempts is 27.5. And touchdowns is 0.5.
That's it.
That's it. What's his conditioning going to be?
But I don't know.
He's been out of the league for 5 years.
Bro, the way he throws the ball is just, there's nothing like it.
He's got one of the more unique throw styles, I will give Phillip Rivers. Bro, we're talking about Phillip fucking Rivers.
Take you over on touchdowns. Well, Daniel Jones gave him his number because he's on IR. So I guess I didn't know this. I didn't realize like if a player's on IR, they can actually give another person their number.
If Phillip Rivers ain't wearing another jersey number, he's always been 17.
Yeah.
They've never seen 17.
Dude, how weird is this? It's 2025.
You never seen this 17 coming.
No, we didn't.
No.
On the weekend, that 17 time is retired.
Yeah.
I'm about the number 17, man.
How's Skylar Thompson doing? That was the nickname we gave him for preseason, remember?
Yes. He's on the practice squad, right?
No, he's on IR.
Oh, that's right.
He's
yeah,
on
he
IR.
was on the practice.
He's on IR, yeah.
Cam Newton is sour about Rivers getting the call. Yeah, I saw that. I watched that whole clip from his podcast.
Cam, you are now a running meme.
Bro, yeah.
You have a podcast. You are a running meme talking about Keon Coleman.
First of all, his last couple games he played, he sucked. Second, Phillip Rivers knows Shane Steichen all the way back from the San Diego Chargers days. Okay,
Yeah.
So he's in the system. He's familiar. Of course they're going to grab Phillip Rivers because he's familiar. They're not going to grab you because, like, bro, yeah, you post on your Snapchat, you work out and you're fit and you stay active. Cool, that's great. You don't know the system, bro. It's just as simple as that. I mean, that really matters.
Dog, Cam Newton's final years were just awful. Dog, when he went back to Carolina in 2021, he didn't win a single game.
No.
He was 0 for 5.
How about Carolina, by the way?
The Carolina Panthers.
How about Carolina?
They're 7-6, bro. Same record as us.
Yeah, I would never have thought that. They just came off their bye week, too. Yeah, can't forget that Rivers played in Indy. He did, yeah. He did. Like, he's got ties to the organization. He's got ties to Shane Steichen. I mean, it makes sense. It's not going to save their season. It would be hilarious. It would be hilarious if he fixes their season, bro. If he saves the season and puts them in the playoffs. You know what? I could go for one more Rodgers and Rivers match. Never thought I'd say that at the beginning of the year. But listen, I could go for it.
Imagine the wild card. What would it be? Sunday night, whatnot, Sunday night football.
Can you imagine if we lose that, though?
You got Aaron Rodgers facing Phillip Rivers. Steelers versus Colts.
Can you imagine we lose that, though?
We probably would, yes.
Losing to a 44-year-old. Oh, God. Okay, I don't want that. I don't want that.
Where's the Rock and Cena meme?
Oh, my God. No, it'd be Undertaker and Goldberg.
That's more fitting.
George says we better be able to run the ball, otherwise it'll be a long day. Miami defense plays too deep and challenge you to run. That's what we should do. That's exactly what we should do. We should run the ball, control the clock, and keep the defense as fresh as possible, seeing how many injuries there are, and Watt's going to be out. Probably the rest of the season.
That's a bummer.
It does. It sucks. It really does.
It's horrible.
Whatever happened to Malik Willis? Isn't he a backup for Green Bay?
Yeah, he's still a Packer. He ate chicken wings with Tomlin, but yeah.
Are we trying for Ty Simpson in the draft? Thoughts? I think Simpson needs to return for another year.
Ideally, yes.
He looked good to start the year. The past couple games, he hasn't, been that great. I still like a lot of his tangibles, but I think he needs to go back another year. He should go back another year, honestly, and then that 2027 class, he should be. That 2027 class in general is going to be stacked.
Yes.
So.
No, I'm still not a fan of the quarterback class.
This year, no. I mean,
in Pittsburgh, no.
Frankly, I'd much rather go receiver or corner in the first round.
I know that some people were saying Fernando in the comments.
Mendoza.
Yeah. I mean, maybe.
Well, name me another like first round quarterback this year. Like honestly. Like, just being completely honest. Like, what other first-round quarterback going to go? Moore? Dante Moore? Is he going to declare? Because if Dante Moore declares, you trade up for him.
Well, he's the number 1 ranked. Then you got.
Is he going to declare, though?
I don't know. But if not him, you got Fernando Mendoza, potentially, Ty Simpson, but I don't know if he'll declare. These are all projected right here.
Well, you also got to look at it this way, bro. Like, if let's say Ty Simpson returns for his senior year, what ranked quarterback is he going to be compared to the 2027 class with potentially Arch Manning and Sayan and so many others? I mean, even let's say Dante Moore goes back too for another year. Where's he going to be ranked? Same thing goes for him, right?
Yeah. Don't forget you got Newsmeyer, to which he hasn't really been spectacular.
Is it early day 3 pick? Sure, but the ceiling's not high.
Did they wait that long? Lenore Sellers, of course. Can't forget about him.
Yeah, but he's still a project, too.
He is a project. You got John Matter out of Oklahoma.
John Mateer, yeah.
Mateer, is that how you say
John
it?
Mateer.
Mateer. I mean, it's like... I feel it's still early to tell because I don't know who's going to declare. I don't know who all will declare.
Big question. That's why I'd much rather go not running back. No, don't do that again. We need a receiver or corner.
I'm still heavily focused on wide receiver.
I would really
considering the mishap at wide receiver and them fumbling that position. Like, just draft a freaking wide receiver in the first round to call it a night.
Yeah, please. I mean, I would love
enough.
I would love Lemon from USC or Tyson or Tate. Tate's probably gonna go top 5.
Yeah, Tyson,
top 10,
Lemon, Tate. I would love Tate, bro. He just fit like a glove.
Any of these. First of all, receiver this year is gonna be stacked.
Mm-hmm.
So if there's a class for the Steelers to take a receiver in the first round, bro.
You got Chris Brazel out of Tennessee. Denzel.
Oh, yeah, Brazel's good, too.
Denzel Boston from Washington.
I mean, dude, I know we don't scheme a wide receiver. Maybe we should start. How about this? We should start.
Yeah, this should be their motivation, if anything.
I would go receiver first round, and I'd go get a speedy, sticky corner day 2. That's what I would do.
We're talking cornerbacks here. I mean, I know one of the.
I know we can't develop corners, but
I know one of the top corners kind of already declared, I believe.
No class has been better than the 04 draft. No. There's been a couple really good class though. I mean, 04. What was that class with? Was it 83?
Yeah, let me check. 1983 Steelers.
No, not the draft class.
What, NFL draft?
Yes.
Yeah, let me check. I know if you meant Steelers specifically or not.
Yeah, 83. Wasn't there like Elway and
John
and
Elway,
and
Eric Dickerson? You had
Jim Kelly. I mean, yeah.
Jim Covert, Bruce Matthews, Jim Kelly. Yeah. Guys like that, bro. Dan Marino, who can forget?
Yeah, 83.
Darryl Green.
No, bro. I don't know if you can get more stacked than 83.
83 had some names, dude, especially early on.
Yeah.
Had a lot of names.
Will Howard's the same size as Josh Allen. Get us some physical wide receivers and let's go. I know a lot of people are throwing a lot of hype into Will Howard. All I'm going to say is I wouldn't mind giving him the chance. I'm not saying he's the future, but I'm also not saying he can't be. So I'm all for giving him a shot. I just don't think they will. I mean, is Tomlin really going to put all his eggs in a 6th-round pick? Like, look at it that way. Especially at the quarterback position.
I would give Will Howard the chance if Tomlin doesn't stick around. But I don't know how often Tomlin, or I don't know how much Tomlin will actually do that with Will Howard.
Yeah. Yeah, that 04 class, obviously, Manning, Ben, Rivers, Sean Taylor. Yeah. Rest in peace, Sean Taylor. Taken way too soon.
Yep.
That 04 class was crazy. So there's been a lot of really good. Have we really had like a stacked NFL class the past couple of years? I feel like most of them are just kind of.
I feel like 2017 was pretty stacked.
Oh yeah.
But like recently, you mean? I mean,
I'm talking as the NFL draft class as a whole. I just don't think there's been many classes recently that have popped out like, oh my god, look at all these players, right?
I mean, I would have to say we go back, 2023 maybe?
Even go back to 2011, Cam Hayward's draft class.
Oh, they had a lot of pass rushers in that one.
That class was Von Miller, Cam Newton, J.J. Watt, Julio Jones, Jason Kelsey, Cam Hayward. I mean, 2011, dude, was unbelievable. What else they have in that draft class? A.J. Green, Pat Pete, Alden Smith. What a fucking shame. Tyron Smith. Ryan Kerrigan was mad underrated.
Matt, I think he's coaching for the Commanders too.
Get out.
Yeah, I think Kerrigan is a coach for the Commanders. He's either a coach or a scout.
Get out. Bro, Andy Dalton was in that class. He's still playing.
Yes.
He's still playing. Dalton and Kaepernick went back-to-back picks in the second round. How is Andy Dalton still playing? How old is he? He's got to be in his fucking...
He's got to be 36 or something, right?
38. Is he just going to be one of those dudes that's milking contracts and is going to be a backup just based off of the...
He's taking the Joe Flacco route.
I just don't believe that.
He's going to take the Joe Flacco route.
There's no way.
As long as he still wants to play.
No way. No matter who we choose in the draft, can we please fire our coaching staff before the draft, says an Olive Pit. Please. I feel like that's a perfect spot, a perfect setting to just get a complete refresh.
It's much better than Tomlin going into the drafts in Pittsburgh and doing the draft class.
You healthy? You ready to do this, young man?
No, just a complete clean sweep, a clean slate, and just refreshed air. Maybe that does happen if the Steelers collapse the rest of the way. I don't know.
I don't know. What if Steelers had drafted Dan Marino in '83? We'd have probably an extra 2 or 3 rings. Dan Marino with that '90s defense.
We have more rings, no doubt.
Chuck Noll will probably have another ring. He'd have 5 at least.
At least.
Bro, Dan Marino with that Blitzburg defense.
We could have had Dan Marino.
We would have given the Cowboys a run, and I mean that. Dead serious.
We could have had Dan Marino.
Yep. That's one of Dan Rooney's, rest in peace, Dan, but one of his biggest failures. Probably his biggest failure as an owner is he didn't want to draft a hometown kid because he thought there's too much pressure. He thought, oh, do we replace Bradshaw? Do we replace Joe Green? They replaced Joe Green. Instead, the guy got into an awful accident, was paralyzed a year after. And
Gabriel Rivera.
Mm-hmm.
That's unfortunate. Only played a year.
Then they were in quarterback hell for another 20 years.
No, crazy story because I remember reading Dan Rooney's book. Dan Rooney brought that situation up. They were set on looking at Marino and wanting to get him, and somebody kind of walked with Dan and talked to him alone on the side, said, this Dan Marino kid, like he can be something. I think he should be your guy. So he listened, and he took this back into the meeting room, and he brought up the conversation he had with this said person. I can't remember the name, but he brought it up, and then the people in the room with Dan were like, no, he doesn't know what he's talking about. And Dan Rooney, he said this. Dan Rooney mistakenly took their advice and not the person he talked to.
Darn. Imagine if he never had that conversation.
Yep.
Imagine if he never had that conversation.
Yep.
Bradshaw only played 4 more games after Marino was drafted. Would have been the perfect replacement. It would have, bro. You go from one gunslinger to the next. And Dan Marino was breaking records before the league became what it is now, dude.
I think Dan Marino, his contract, what was it, like a contract extension with the Dolphins? Like it was the highest a quarterback was ever paid at that time. It was only $1 million.
I thought it was $5 million.
Oh, was it $5 million?
It was $5 million a year.
Was it $5 million? When was that?
It's like 90. I don't know. Dan Marino, highest paid contract. Now I'm curious. 1991, he became the highest paid NFL player, 5-year, $25 million.
Yeah, so yeah.
Which included a $3 million signing bonus and reportedly $23 million guaranteed, making him the highest paid player in NFL history at the time, surpassing Joe Montana.
For that time, yeah, that was
$25 million, bro. You get that to
$5 million
depth
a year.
player. Calvin Austin's gonna make $25 million guaranteed this offseason.
Probably.
What?
That was far off when I said $1 million. That was $5 million.
$5
yeah.
million. I knew it
$5
was
million.
$5 million a year.
$5 million. And then 91. Wow.
Yeah, that was in 91. Still, Almighty's in the chat. How you doing, bro? Says Marino was 10 times better than Bradshaw, minus 3 more rings. Well, yeah. Marino, man, it's just one of those biggest what ifs in Steelers history.
Dude, he threw 5,000 yards in 84.
Like, you got those Steelers draft what ifs. You got, what if the Steelers drafted Dan Marino? Or what if the Steelers took Creed Humphrey instead of Najee or Muth, and they got Kendrick Green instead? I love Frazier. Don't get me wrong. But at the time, when you get Big Ben in his final year, what are you going to do? You going to fix the line? Or are you going to go after first-round running back that only be here for 4 years?
Yeah. Give him a center that never played center before, so.
Ben said it himself.
He meant that as a joke. He meant that he didn't mean to offend Kendrick Green. He mentioned that on his podcast. He meant that as a joke, not as a dig to Kendrick Green and whatnot.
Okay, it was not a dig at Kendrick Green. It was a dig at the organization because they were so stupid.
They were stupid.
That was dumb.
How could Colbert think that was going to work?
That was dumb.
Or Tomlin at that.
Yeah. Ace Ventura, Pet Detective is not the movie it is if Dan Marino is a Steeler. I'm telling you, no. I don't know how that movie goes, but
yeah, I don't think Ace Ventura is looking for an animal in a steel mill.
No.
I don't think he's trying to capture
Can you imagine
a bird in a steel mill.
Can you imagine Jim Carrey going into the original Permane Brothers down at the Strip District in that movie, looking for clues? That'd be funny. I got it. Can AI make that movie? Can AI do that?
Alrighty then. I'll take a Pittsburgher with a Diet Coke.
Yeah. No, TJ Watt's not playing Monday, bro. TJ Watt's not playing. That's not confirmed. That's just I don't think he's playing. He's in the hospital with a lung injury.
Yeah.
Like I don't think he's playing. I don't think he's playing the rest of the year, honestly. We don't know the extent of his injury, but it definitely doesn't look good.
Now, within the coming days, especially with the game on Monday night, the news is bound to break pretty soon, I'm sure.
Really?
That's just what I think.
Well, I'm trying to see, like, is there like a late update? Because all we got was Tomlin's comments, which are just...
It doesn't help.
No, it's just essentially nothing, really.
Does not help. I mean, like, I don't know. I haven't seen anything.
I haven't seen anything either. So either we're going to get something late tonight or something early tomorrow. It'll be interesting to see what Tomlin says after practice because we need an update. Something. I have the bad feeling that Watt's going to be out the rest of the year. No, I don't think Watt plays Monday. So we're going to see Nick Herbig starting at Watt spot. How many reps does he play? Probably a lot.
Yeah, I haven't seen any update. I'm scrolling through.
Got to get rid of one. Finding Nemo, Madagascar, Toy Story, or Ice Age.
Hold on, say that again.
Got to get rid of one. Finding Nemo, Madagascar, Toy Story, or Ice Age. Madagascar. And I love that. I love the second one.
I never watched Toy Story. So there's my answer.
You never watched Toy Story?
Never watched Toy Story.
This is going to get into a completely different conversation now.
When did you watch Toy Story?
Years ago.
Never seen it. I watched everything else but Toy Story.
This is going to be
I've never watched Toy Story.
Brian says at this point, Tomlin just stand at the podium with the soundboard and press buttons. That'd be interesting. Steelers Almighty says if it's the same issue as Tyrod Taylor, which was a punctured lung, he was out for 5 weeks. I thought it was 4.
I read it was 4.
Well, I'm seeing the chat say 4. I saw someone say 6. Someone said he was cleared in 2 weeks, which I don't think is true. Now Almighty's saying it was 5. Either way, it doesn't look good. He's what appears to me is he's out the rest of the year if what we think happened actually happened.
Yeah.
Because it is confirmed by Adam Schefter, according to his sources, that he suffered the injury during treatment yesterday, and he's been in the hospital ever since.
They got no practice for the team yesterday. They had a day off.
And no one knows what the discomfort was about. So my guess is they were giving him some sort of pain shot to help with the discomfort. And they stabbed him in the lung.
To put it descriptively, yes. Yes.
Well, I'm not gonna sugarcoat. There's no way to go around it.
Well, dude, they considering it's again the lung, so it's around the rib area. They punctured too deep into the rib and pierced the skin and flesh into the lung. Oh, it doesn't take much, I'd assume. I mean, you're literally puncturing a lung.
How do you get a lung injury during treatment? What the fuck? They were giving him a shot, and then
the doctor's not doctoring.
Same thing that happened to Tyrod Taylor. It happened right before, I don't know what game it was years ago. It essentially kickstarted Justin Herbert's career. They were giving him some sort of pain-reducing shot before the game, and they punctured his lung. And he was out for a while.
And immediately they were like, Herbert, yeah, go out there. Like impromptu, like, Herbert, get out there right now. Tyrod can't play.
No. Yeah, he wasn't preparing for his first career start. It just happened, and that's not confirmed. None of this is confirmed. That's just speculation based off of what has been reported and based off what's happened in prior years with other organizations.
Yeah.
Which I don't understand how this happens again. I don't understand how this happens in general. You're a team doctor, dude. You're a team doctor.
Yeah,
You're supposed to take care of these players.
I don't get it.
Billy Maher with a 199. Tomlin just going to say standard is the standard. Yes, he did get Tyrod Taylored. Yes. It's crazy to be getting a pain-killing shot on a Wednesday for practice. I don't know.
No idea, Almighty. I have no idea.
I have no idea, bro. By the way, shout out to you. I'm glad to see you in the chat, man.
Awesome to see you in the chat.
Love your channel, by the way. Love what you're doing. Shout out to you, man. If y'all ain't sub to Steelers Almighty, definitely go to his channel and give him a sub.
Give him a sub. Look at his content, bro. The guy's cooking.
Show him some love, man. Seriously. Someone paid off the doc to get to start this Sunday. Better call Ace and get him on the kill. God. Really? That's funny, man. I'll tell you what, whoever that doc is or whoever, bro, either he's fired now, he knows he's getting fired, or he's halfway through a handle right now, which...
No,
Tell me your address.
He's probably going to be getting some evil looks.
He's sweating bullets right now.
Yeah.
That guy's fired.
You know the SpongeBob movie meme with Patrick and everybody around the bar?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the doctor right now.
He's sweating bullets, bro.
Mm-hmm.
This doesn't bode well for the rest of the season. Hopefully it's not serious. Obviously, we all hope it's not serious because that's some serious stuff. A punctured lung or whatever isn't
No, because
nothing to fool around with.
again, that's internal injuries right there. Like that's no joke. That's more serious. Not like a broken finger or a twisted ankle. No, this is internal organs right here.
Yeah, it's
You don't mess with
I'm
that.
not a doctor.
Neither am I.
I don't know the first thing about medical science, but I can tell you right now, that's not good. That's some scary stuff. Watt, whatever the case may be, Watt needs to take as much time off and get himself 100%.
Hell first, bro.
Because before football and before all those millions he's making, like he is someone to so many people. In his that's something he needs to focus on. That's something he needs to worry about. It's just so unfortunate and quite stupid that this is how it happened, or supposedly this is how it happened. Like really? I just don't know how that happens. I don't know how that becomes a thing. I'm not gonna lie. When I saw that tweet, I was thinking, okay, that's weird. It just kind of happened out of nowhere. Someone has a internal injury or an internal issue, especially a guy like Watt and his status. I was like, okay, that's kind of weird. And then we see what Schefter posted, where he said it happened during treatment. I don't know. I have no idea. I'll be very curious to see what happens going forward, or what the actual update is going to be. I'm hoping we get something tomorrow, get some clarity. Why does Tomlin always sound like he has the studs? I don't know. I'll say this, though. I did like Tomlin's reaction. I think it was Jerry Dulac. He asked Tomlin about Phillip Rivers, the Colts working out 44-year-old Phillip Rivers. Tomlin's reaction was priceless. He's like, I have no idea what you're talking about. Like, why would he care?
They had to describe what's happening.
Why would he care?
And he's like, that is none of my business.
Like, why does he care, bro? Like, his focus is right. He's focused on the
Maybe
Dolphins.
his eyes open because he's like, ooh, another veteran I can try to sign.
Let's not do that.
No, I don't want that.
Don't get any ideas. We don't want that. The guy had to have been inhibited or at least did it on purpose. How can you possibly screw that bad for real? I don't know. Same thing happened to Tyrod Taylor. What happened to the doctor?
The doctor that punctured Tyrod?
What happened to the doctor that treated Tyrod Taylor?
Did he get fired?
Tyrod Taylor sued him. He's still with the Chargers organization.
What?
Dr. David S.
You're doxing him.
Gaza who?
You're doxing him.
Anyway, is still with the Los Angeles Chargers organization, but faced a medical malpractice lawsuit from Taylor for a punctured lung suffered in 2020 due to an injection, with Taylor claiming negligence led to significant lost earnings as a starting quarterback. Yeah, because you didn't make enough millions in your life. Though details on the lawsuit's resolution aren't prominent in recent snippets, highlighting the ongoing legal battle and his continued role with the team treating other injuries, including Justin Herbert's.
Well, so far, nothing else has happened within the Chargers, so it was just like just an accident.
The injury in 2020 while treating fractured ribs, the doctor administered a pain-killing injection that inadvertently punctured Taylor's lung, ending his season and allowing Justin Herbert to take over as starter. Taylor sued the doctor and his clinic for at least $5 million, alleging medical malpractice, negligence, and battery due to lack of proper consent, seeking damages for lost income as a starting quarterback. That's still funny to me. The doctor remained with the Chargers and was treating other players, including Justin Herbert, for rib injuries, which drew further attention to the case. The case involved claims of negligence by the doctor's side, with a non-jury trial scheduled for mid-2023, though final outcomes aren't detailed in these snippets. That's just a quick Google search. So is Watt going to sue the doctor? Is that what's going to happen? Are we going to get a lawsuit?
Watt is being paid how much?
Are we going to get a lawsuit here?
You don't need no more money.
Yeah, Danielle, Tomlin's reaction was hilarious. I ain't gonna lie, some of Tomlin's reactions to the media, I can't help but laugh. Tomlin's just a generally funny dude. Like, outside of football, I think he's a swell guy.
Oh, I'm sure.
Like, who wouldn't want to hang out with Mike Tomlin?
I'm sure,
He's
absolutely.
He's hilarious. He's a good dude. He's a hell of a mentor. Like, outside of football, listen. A+, human, right?
Probably one of the reasons why many players want to play for him, just because of his personality, just how he is as a human being.
Brian said that doctor works for Pittsburgh now, obviously. What treatment is this? What all this lung stuff? I don't know. It was some sort of discomfort that Watt had, and my guess, a lot of people's guess, is they were giving him a pain-killing shot, and he punctured his lung. That's the feeling here. That's not factual information. That's just speculation. It could be factual. We don't know. Why would they give him a shot for practice? I don't know. This has got to be a serious investigation now because there's tons of questions.
I have no idea.
Like, you figure if there was discomfort, wouldn't Tomlin just give him a vet day? Tomlin gives everyone vet days. Wouldn't he just get a vet day? Not injury related or something? Is that how that works? I have no idea.
No, neither do I. It's still all very confusing to me.
As someone who just finished taking a law class in college, I don't know. I didn't really pay attention. Says NR_88. You did a law class in college? Good for you, man. Good for you. You are a smart individual. I couldn't do that. I couldn't. Isaac says, I really like Tomlin as a person, just not as a defensive coordinator. And that's fine. That's fine. There's nothing personal with these dudes. Nothing. It's all professional, you know? Like me with Matt Canada. Like I don't know how he is as a person. I don't really care. But professionally, I despise that man. I will forever hate Matt Canada personally. Not personally. Professionally.
Yeah, well, hold up now. No, it's never an attack on these coaches or players personally. It's about how they are with their jobs.
Yeah.
From a job aspect, like some of these players do great at their jobs, and some of these coaches, but then there's players and coaches that were critical of, like, listen, I don't think you're cutting enough. Hence, we feel like you gotta go.
Well, we're all
you're just not doing your job here.
We're all fans. We're all critics. We all criticize what we want to criticize, and that's fine. That's our right as a fan. TJ Watt about to be a millionaire after he sues the Steelers in UPMC. He should sue the Steelers for not giving him a playoff victory. Imagine how much money he get out of that. He's already gotten enough money out of this organization. Yeah. You kidding me?
You get more than what the Steelers get to them, that's for sure.
The Steelers haven't paid anyone as much as they paid Watt ever, I believe. Gotta be the case, right? If you have red paint the barn red. There's a fine line between making wine and squashing grapes. I love that one.
The classic.
We don't. What's another one? We don't blink. We cut our eyelids off.
Is that what he said?
I don't know if that's what he said, but that's something he would say. That's something Broderick said. You see that video of Broderick on the sideline? Cut your eyelids
off.
Discount double check with A-Rod.
Cut your eyelids off. Yeah, Broderick's having fun though.
Broderick's awesome. Broderick's just an awesome individual on that sideline. Awesome teammate. He's got a headset on. Mm-hmm. He's rooting everyone. Mm-hmm. He's meeting everyone at the sideline after a play or after a score. Shout out to Broderick, man. Shout out to Brody. Arthur Smith only has a few more plays in Canada. Yeah, Arthur Smith's very limited. Didn't they inject Bettis in the leg and the whole leg went numb right before the 0-1 AFC Championship game versus the Pats? I don't know if it was that game. You might be right. It might have been that game. But I know for a fact they gave him an injection before a game and he couldn't play. I know that for a fact. You might be right on the game, S-Dad. You might be right, but I know for a fact Bettis got an injection and didn't play. It was a pregame injection. We don't live in our fears. That's a classic, and that's probably the most hypocrisy comment he's ever made, honestly. TJ always had the vet days on Wednesdays. So kind of like what Ben did, because Ben always had vet days on Wednesdays.
Always.
I see it the same way as a player. If we can trade a guy like Minka, we can part ways with Tomlin as well. That's fair. Yeah, because I could have sworn Minka would have been a Steeler for life. We all know Minka will be a beast on Monday, says S-Dad. I'll put it this way.
We've seen this episode before.
Every time we go up against a former player that represented the Steelers, they always have a game against us.
Robert Spillane had an interception. Bud Dupree had a sack. Am I missing anybody?
Dante Jackson had an interception versus the Chargers.
Yes, he did.
In 2023, James Conner and Juju both had great games against us.
John Bostic had that interception when we faced at the time, the football team that ended our 11-0 streak. We've seen this episode.
This is every time we face a player that...
Minka, he might get a sack, if anything.
I wouldn't be surprised if he gets a pick. I'm not rooting for it. I love Minka. I do. I miss him, but I don't root for it. Because here's the thing. As much as I appreciate Minka, and I do miss the guy, but let's be honest, bro. Listen. He's the enemy on Monday. Like, at that point, when they throw all the love and respect out the door, once we're on that field, all respect is gone. Because at that point, we're playing to win. We're playing to beat you. Even if that makes you look foolish. It's the point of the game.
That's the goal, is to win.
Like, once that whistle is blown, all respect goes out. After the whistle, hey, what's up?
Or even
During the play?
Or even beforehand. Like the warm-ups and whatnot, Minka's going to...
Yeah.
He's going to feel something when he steps on that field again. Because this was his home. Not anymore.
It is his home. He'll retire a Steeler.
I do believe that.
He'll go in the Steelers Hall of Honor.
I do believe that. There's
By the
no
way,
he doesn't.
Speaking of the Hall of Honor, I don't know how this went over my head. Monday night, halftime, they will honor, in the Hall of Honor, it will be Ben, Patsy, and Peasy all going into the Hall of Honor during halftime.
Yep, that's right. That's going to be awesome.
It's going to be great. It's going to be a hell of an ovation for everybody there. We've seen Peasy, hype up the team, hype up the fans during pre-games and everything before, but to see Ben and Pouncey on the field again, that's gonna be
and quite the game to do, especially for Peasy since he was a Dolphin.
He was a Dolphin, and of course, Marquise, his brother, his twin, Mike, played for the Dolphins.
Yes, so it's quite fitting.
Yeah. Ron Conley with it too. We should have fired Tomlin back in 13, 18, 19, and 22. Yeah. I feel like he should have been fired a long time ago for sure. Isaac says, I can't give you all the ingredients to the hot dog. You might not like it.
That's another one.
Here's another one. We're still squirreling those nuts. Listen, that is what he said. I have the video to prove it.
I don't know.
I'm not playing.
I don't know what that means.
Don't ask me why I have the video, but
wait. No, you don't.
I do.
Bro, you're gonna be scrolling. That was what, 3 years ago?
I'll find it.
Now I'm waiting for Tom to say something about cucumbers and pickles or something. Something like, like sometimes a cucumber tastes better when it's pickled, and that's our preferred taste, or something like that. I can see Tom saying something like that.
We don't like ketchup. We just get to the basics, bro. We just eat the tomato instead, or something. Where the hell?
What's another one?
We can go on all night about Tomlinisms.
I'm trying to think of another one. Hold on.
Where's this video?
You're still scrolling.
Oh yeah.
Dog, you're not gonna find it.
I gotta organize my phone.
You are not gonna find it.
I'm gonna find it.
Dog, you're scrolling. Dog, you're at the Pittsburgh trip from like
2022.
Someone didn't say it at that point.
You're probably right.
There's no way he said it at that point. No way.
Hold on.
So cold out today, I seen a squirrel salting his nuts.
What? Okay. Wow.
Yeah, digital.
That's how
digital dusted. Quote, to be perfectly honest with you, is what Tomlin would say, yes.
Yes.
That's exactly how he would say it.
Where's this damn video?
Then you're not going to find it.
I'm going to find it.
It's been 3 minutes.
We're not ending the stream until I find it.
And things of that nature, yes.
We're not ending the stream until I find this.
Mike Wallace used to be a pain in our ass. A little bit. He ended up going to the Dolphins after the Steelers, didn't he?
Yeah.
Mike Wallace?
He got that big contract with the Dolphins.
Yeah.
He didn't do much. Then went to the Ravens, got a 95-yard touchdown on Artie Burns.
And Mike Mitchell.
Yeah.
Yeah, Mike Wallace, former Steeler and Dolphin.
I might have deleted it.
Now, wow, man, really?
Joey P.I. Jr. Yo, that's kind of messed up, but not wrong. That's it.
Yep.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. I feel like half of his calls are just based off of reputation. Once a player gets a reputation for having penalties, the league is, or the refs are gonna just, oh my God. Oh, we grabbed him, flag. Refs look out for that, bro. They're not sneaky. They're not sneaky at all. You know what they look at. Never say never, but never. Yeah, that was in regards to a college question. He got really offended.
Well, he's not going to Penn State. Penn State already got their guy.
Like, that's one of two times I can remember Tomlin just walking out of a press conference. It was when he got asked about going to a college team or going to college or getting offered for a college team, be a college coach, and when Brooke Pryor asked about his contract. And it led to that hilarious meme of Tomlin with his beanie and his big old jacket, and he just looks at the camera and then walks out. You can't eat soup with forks, we need spoons.
Yeah, that viral tweet. And then Steelers will sign a 2018 Pro Bowler to the practice squad. They claimed Adam Thielen.
Yeah, who was a 2018 Pro Bowler. When the kitchen
Yes.
gets hot, we don't run from the kitchen. We run to it. Yeah, what was one of his best ones? He says, we don't run away from our problems. What was it? It was, we don't run away from our problems. We run right after them or run into them or something. Didn't he say that in like 2023? It was something along the lines. He's like, we don't run away from our problems. We run right at them. Like, what?
No, what was it? What was it? Adversity? Something about adversity?
I don't know.
We don't run away from adversity. We run towards it.
By the way, Tampa's up 20-14.
Oh, Baker got a touchdown, right?
Yep. And they're creamsicle unis.
They're throwbacks, yeah.
I love those jerseys.
They do look good. They do look good.
The grapes and wine one is up there, yeah. Again, bro, I still want to get a new banner. And it's not going to be the second grade handwriting. It's going to be an actual design. It's going to say fired Mike Tomlin, and it's going to have designs of like spilled wine and grapes around or something.
Yeah, right.
I got to figure it out. I got to find time to do it, and then I got to make it. Like we did with the Fire Canada one.
That one was easy.
That one was easy. I just took the clip from South Park, the movie, and I just photoshopped instead of blame, I just put fire, and it worked.
Fire.
This one's going to take a lot more thinking, a lot more effort. Maybe I'll just get AI to do it. I don't know. Patsy and Ben were 2 peas in a pod. Played many snaps. That playoff game against the Browns, did he hike over Ben's head on purpose? Like, I don't know. No, obviously not.
No.
It was just it's a bad game. And it sucked that was his last game. Like, that's how he's going to go out, is that play right there. It sucks. We don't run from discomfort. We seek it. It was probably something like that.
Whatever it was, like they don't run away from it. They run towards it.
We will unleash hell here in December is the most memorable one for me and goes on an 0-4 run or something like that. Well, so far he's 1-0 in December this month. So
it's a winning record.
However long what was that? What, 2009? He said that, or so, it was farther back. I don't know how far back, but it was farther back. And then he just that's brought up every December. And typically in December we collapse instead of actually unleash it. We used to.
We collapsed badly. We didn't win a single December game last year.
We run towards challenges, not from them. That's just Tomlin. I love how we're getting a lot of Tomlinisms in the chat. This is hilarious. Can't wait to beat the Lions, lose to the Browns the following week, and finish 9-8, says Isaac. You got the script, bro. You got the script, and that's we're gonna run with it. We're gonna run with that.
9-8, bro.
I thought it was 09. Don the kid. I thought it was 09. Remember when Ben said we could score 30 plus a game before the season? We didn't go over 30, I think, the whole season. What year was that?
No, it was
Don't say it was 2021.
No, I don't think it was. I think it was a lot earlier than that.
Side note, I hope Phillip Rivers throws for 400 yards and 4 touchdowns. Love that dude. Ben should come back next year. LOL. Hey, there's no reason for him not to now. Phillip Rivers can do it. Why can't Ben? I'm kidding. I don't want to see that.
No.
I don't want to see that.
No.
I love Ben, but I don't want to see that. It'll be very interesting to see what Phillip Rivers does. I kind of hope he starts on Sunday. Because we don't play Sunday, so we can actually enjoy our Sundays and watch all of football. Especially over here. I think it's supposed to snow. Supposed to get like an inch or 2.
That's not too bad.
Yeah, we want volunteers, not hostages. That's a prime one.
The standard is the standard.
That was the one that peaked.
Yep.
We don't want to put the cart before the horse or the horse in the hospital.
There was another one, something about, spark plugs not sparking or whatever.
What?
No, it was something like that. It was like 2021 or 2 or whatever it was.
Fun idea for a game. Which Tomlinism is real or fake? Ha ha! That's like the 2 truths and a lie. Mike Tomlin edition. That'd be a fun drinking game. Now I got a new New Year's Eve plan. That should be interesting. That should be very fun. With that being said, chat, I think we're going to close it out here. We've been live. How long have we been live? About 2 hours now?
A little over 2:10.
Yeah, roughly 2 hours. Just talking about everything. We had a lot to talk about today, folks. It's been a long week. Been a lot of news, been a lot of stuff to discuss. The Dolphins game, Minka comes home. This is a must-win. No matter how we win it, or no matter how they leave Heinz Field, it's a must-win. We gotta beat the Dolphins. They're on a hot streak, so you can't underestimate them, but you still gotta come away with a victory. You gotta stay atop of the AFC North. The goal is to get into the playoffs and hopefully get a victory. The way to do that is you gotta keep winning. So this is a must-win game for the Steelers for sure. They will be sporting their color rush. They will have gold end zones. It'll be Monday Night Football, primetime action. Tua in the cold, which really shouldn't be anything we should be looking at. We should be looking at the run game more so, but we'll see how the Steelers approach that now that TJ Watt is hospitalized.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Projectedly, we don't know for a fact, but we're assuming a punctured lung. Tyrod Taylor situation all over again. So we're just hoping for the best. We'll see if we get some more information, if Schefter or the Steelers or Tomlin can have some sort of information and let us know some actual clarity based off how long he'll be out or whatever. But it doesn't look good. At the end of the day, we're all praying for the best. We're hoping he gets healthy and he gets back to 100% and he gets right after just a scary and awful, such a mess of a situation. So TJ Watt, man, prayers up to you, prayers up to the family, and we're hoping that everything turns out okay. Shout out to TJ Watt.
Big time.
Otherwise, once we get more news or when news breaks out, we'll try to put out a respond video or whatever comes in the coming days. But it'll be interesting to see what that's going to come out to. And, of course, the player participation is we're going to need a lot of these players to play. Darnell, Keanu, YA, Harmon especially. We're going to need these guys to play. So it'll be interesting to see what their participation is. And it should be an interesting game on Monday night. We'll see you then. Up until then, you guys have a great rest of your night. You guys enjoy the rest of your week. Tomorrow is Friday, so the end of the work week for a lot of us, and for some of us, the beginning of the weekend. So shout out to you guys.
Yep, we're inching closer to another Steelers game. We're also inching closer to the holiday season. So
yes, we are.
The holidays are coming slowly but surely.
Yes, I am getting into the Christmas spirit.
You've been in the Christmas spirit.
I'm always in the Christmas, my favorite time of year. So
lie, this man's still putting up decorations.
I am. Yes.
He's not done.
I'm not done. In fact, Saturday is going to be full Christmas cookie baking day.
Yeah, the house is going to smell damn good with all them freshly baked Christmas cookies.
I got a lot to do.
And we're going to be putting the record player up on deck. We're going to be having that blasting throughout the house.
Oh, I'm going to get all my vinyl records going, bro. It's going to be a party.
With some Michael Jackson, some MJ.
It's going to be a party.
Yes.
It's going to be a party over in here.
Probably have a Christmas movie or movies on for the living room.
Yeah, for the kiddos, because we're going to have a bunch of nieces and nephews coming over. And, of course, Saturday night, I got to say my farewell to the GOAT himself. I'm going to be an emotional wreck on Saturday night.
It's going to be a fun night Saturday, but we got to get through Friday.
Yes, sir. But you guys enjoy the rest of your night. You guys enjoy the rest of your week. Make tomorrow a strong one. It's the end of the week, and then we got the weekend. And then we'll see yins probably again, depending on what happens with this TJ Watt situation. Otherwise, if not, Monday night, you guys already know we'll be here live. What should be a very interesting game, man. So hope you guys enjoyed this live stream. We do greatly appreciate all yins for stopping by, whether it's on the YouTube side or on the X side. We do greatly appreciate your guys' continued support. And we'll see yins on Monday night for the Steelers versus Dolphins Monday Night Football game. Heinz Field, 20-degree temperature. Real feel of 8. 18-mile-an-hour wind gusts. It's not even including the wind effect of the Allegheny River right beside it.
No, but it's primetime football in December, and the Steelers, man, they got to seek the first postseason or first postseason win. We're not even there yet. Primetime win in well over a year. So Steelers, get it done.
We'll see you then, man. Thank you guys so much. Y'all have a great night, and we'll see you on Monday. Here we go, Steelers.
And as always, like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you later.
Peace!